Okay. What we had discussed quickly in chat, and she was okay with it, was much like Nike was able to focus her essence of victory
Mm,
from Olympus to provide kind of a benefit either in specific locations or more generally. Um, Given Guitar's portfolio for secrets and the fact that we need to act a little clandestinely to get done what we want to get done, uh,
mhm.
perhaps she can provide us aegis in in cloaking us in a degree of secrecy. So we are, I won't say invisible, but perhaps less visible.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, we'll see what she maybe stokes some influence from up above. Absolutely. But yeah, let's hop into it. Let's get to it. Do, 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 do. Everything is peaceful. No problems here up on Mount Olympus. Okay, let's hop to it. So, welcome back, everybody. Last session, um, you guys found yourselves embroiled in a most interesting situation. Um, you used the power of the goddess of secrets, Katara, to transport yourselves way deep through the planes, through the connection and realm of dreams, and entered the mind of Ipetus, a most unique titan who values mortality as it is his domain, almost maddened by the ecstasy and joy of mortality and watching people live their lives, their fleeting lives, um, relishing in their, you know, the limited time they have to exercise their ambition, remarking how beautiful you all were and now that you're gods, you're just kind of boring. And certain things came up. Uh, a previously discussed with Athena plan to install one of the Demithots with the powers of time of Kronos, which she flat out turned down. You all picked up with Ipetus, and he and you all came to the conclusion that the most one of the most promising ways forward to truly seeing Kronos defeated was to absorb his domain of time unto yourself. And so a plan was hatched. Ipetus said he would tell you where you could find Kronos, tell you all he knows of Kronos and his plans for next. And in exchange, you do indeed try and take over this mastery of time. Um, all he requests is you go to his son Prometheus, the god of mortals, who helped mankind with the first flames and has been unjustly punished, who remarks that regardless of what side you fight on, all can agree the most unjust of punishments was done to Prometheus, who so loved the mortals and was so punished for it. Yeah, to varying levels of agreement. Um, but you all, agreed, but behind the scenes are considering that Prometheus knows the alchemy. He knows the knowledge of how you could possibly take and steal that power from Kronos. But you would have to go to him and you would have to free him. That is Ipetus's stipulations, and uh, that's how Prometheus would tell you. He also recommended, if you wish to share that power amongst yourselves, to do it most successfully, you'll require some of the knowledge of Zeus, he who is most proficient at arranging and organizing the powers of the cosmos. If you could take from him, steal from him somehow some of his knowledge, it may be more successful, a optional quest that may prove helpful. Um, and so you all set about your business. Silas did a little spying to realize that Athena suspects something in all of you, suspects that you have some ulterior plan indeed, and has enlisted the aid of Artemis to keep an eye on all of you. And all the while, enlist his brother Apollo to keep an eye on all of you as well, that the sun and the moon both have eyes on you. Silenos confronted Artemis and essentially asked her to try and watch the events that would unfold with eyes that are that are eyes that are clean and have their own weight of justice, so that she doesn't throw all of her weight behind someone out of obligation. To which she said that she is no servant nor slave, and she will hold counsel with herself first and foremost. Though remains suspicious and worried of whatever it is Silenos and the gang have planned. Last but not least, on our tidbits of intrigue, Thalia, though you have not talked to the party about it yet, was visited in her dreams by Morpheus, the god of dreams and the leader of the Oniri, and asked her for a proposition in exchange for his silence for what was witnessed in the conversation between the party and Impetus, that the party seek out the sands of time, Kronos' hourglass, and steal those very sands so that Morpheus might bind them with the powers of Hypnos and become powerful enough to become more than just a representation of dreams and actually become a conscious, feeling being, much like the Olympians. This is what he desires in exchange for his silence. So there are these things at play, and that is where we will pick up our session in the morning as you all awaken. So, what do you all do?
Silenos is going to go around to everybody at dawn, like right when it changes between Artemis and Apollo.
Okay.
He's gonna like fly around on his doe to everyone, and just explain that we're being watched under the.
Where do you gather the party?
I wouldn't gather. I would go to everyone separately.
Okay. Where do you meet with each person separately?
The,
It is important.
yeah. We all have homes.
Yeah, you all have. Some of you have temples here. Some of you stay in the bathhouse.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'll
You just go to
go.
their various places where they stay.
Yeah. I guess when I go to the bathhouse, I'll do uh invisibility on myself. Cast invisibility on myself.
Sure. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, sweet.
And then, it's there's nothing nefarious happening. He's just walking and having conversations with people.
Understood. Understood. So yeah, we can proceed forth with the party's understanding that you know what Savanos knows, that Athena has enlisted Artemis, who has gone to try and enlist Apollo. Successful or not, that is not known yet.
Okay. Do we have any way that we might be able to avoid their gaze?
Saying this to Savanos, I assume?
Yeah, to the party and Sinos, yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you're saying that at breakfast, just as you even say that, Silenos will just like grab your hand beside the table. No, we don't. Pass the eggs.
Like pass him the eggs.
Yeah. Hestia roams around and happily feeds you all. as usual.
There
Morning
is
breakfast. Go ahead.
there absolutely is. Alexandra had a way.
I'm sure she does, Captain, but right now, we're in the sunshine.
And Alex is no longer with us.
There is part of her, though. No?
I mean, that doesn't make her father not want to look down on us.
And it may be as easy as moving to a spot in the shade.
Your usual eating area is like in the bathhouse, but it's tucked away where you're definitely not under direct sunlight. If that matters.
I'm gonna roll a religion check for if that matters.
Uh,
Direct
okay,
sunlight
yeah.
versus just open air.
Yeah, go right ahead.
That's an 8.
An 8. There's a saying when it comes to Apollo, which is that he sees all under the sunlit sky.
What if I assume it's safe to seek here? I imply to the others, what if we go beneath the sun and sky, underground, somewhere?
Where do you propose?
Is there a cavern system somewhere potentially?
I have a girlfriend that lives underground.
Because
and-
of course you do. Of course you have a girlfriend underground.
and she is she was a follower of the goddess of
From BC?
I was going somewhere with that. What was the
Yeah,
spider
Arachne.
Arachne, yeah. Anyway, she's got some sneaky stuff and might be able to help us, but at the very least, Apollo's eye is blocked underground.
At least you won't be a friend of Athena, at least.
And there aren't many trees underground, so I doubt the goddess of the hunt will go down there.
And we are probably overdue for a check-in to see how that particular endeavor is going at any rate.
True. In fact, that reasoning is so solid, we can probably get permission from Zeus to go there on his orders.
Well,
As to not
He
raise
would-
suspicion.
he would probably not deny you anything, so go right ahead.
As Hestia is
I
like
guarantee you he
wandering,
doesn't trust me further than he can throw me.
as Hestia wanders around, feeding you guys and whatnot, and you guys all talking in implications, so she doesn't really, carry what you're talking about. Just trying to find or maybe she does, who knows? But she goes, "Oh, you have so much to remember about being a god. Remember, you're God. See, nobody can tell you what to do, other than Zeus, of course. But if he hasn't said no, it's not a no."
Oh, it's an instance of permission versus forgiveness.
Exactly.
We all know which is more powerful.
Yeah. It's a strange dynamic to play into that we all have to that you'll have to get used to, where you're a god and you can do whatever you want, except when one person says otherwise. So, yeah, right under that.
Hmm.
And then you
No.
can't break any of the laws of Olympus.
Hmm.
Yeah, very political, very strange.
Thank you for
This-
that bit of insight.
Anybody feel like going for a
to have
walk?
confidence.
Thanks,
Oh.
Hestia.
You want another steak or Ouroboros? I made a couple just in case.
Oh my god, yes.
Comes over and hands you just a big fresh T-bone.
He gnaws it like a carnivore.
Okay.
All is well.
All right. All is well. All is well. Okay. Does it sound like you guys want to do a little plane shifty action? And man, how ironic is that? You guys are you fought the terrible drow under the surface of the earth who hid from the sun, and now it is they who you will find sanctuary with for your plots and endeavors. How interesting. Yeah, if you guys want to plane shift down there, you're more than welcome, so long as you have the spell and the attuning fork. Tuning fork.
Before we go, I mean, we have something that we need here. And how do we think is best to go about it? I know I offered one solution.
The arrangement and balancing question.
I think so.
My thought is that there has to be a historical guide for how that's been done, because it's been done more than once, and to great effect. That seems like something somebody would write down. And perhaps the easiest way to come by that knowledge would be the old-fashioned way.
Well, a certain someone that most of us are aware of died with that knowledge. And I know Katara gave a bit of that knowledge to someone that is
Oh.
not currently on our side. You guys following me? What the fuck? Gyasi, you get it, right? Right?
No.
The fucker. Do we have a telepathic bond up?
I can.
Okay, do that. Do that.
There we go.
Man, he thought he was being so sly.
Motherfuckers, Alex died with the time book. Katara gave the book to Athena. Come on.
Oh.
Not that it's not time that is the answer to our detectability question. Alex had a way, because she had discussions on the ship, and she shielded herself from divination.
I'm not talking about shielding. I'm talking about the fucking secrets of my father's mind that we fucking need. Optionally, of course.
Well, I know of a spell that would do that, but it would only be good for one person, Gyasi. It's not powerful enough for like a group of people. It's apt to
He had
power.
something that I don't know how mobile it was, but it was a bubble.
Yeah. Can I make an Arcana check or something like that to see if I know of like what that could possibly be?
You're looking for a. What, what are you trying to find here? Sorry, you lost me somewhere in there.
So Alex used like a bubble to protect us from like divination. And,
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not very good at Arcana. I got a 10.
A 10. It's fine. It's a fairly low level spell. You'll know the spell to have been non-detection. It's
I thought it
a
only
very
worked on one
simple.
person though.
It works on one person, or
You might
it's like
get
a 10
multiples
by
if it
10 by.
upcasts.
Well, no. You could choose to cast it two ways. One, you cast it on a person, or you cast it basically, or you can make like a globe, like a 10-foot
Cone of
diameter.
silence.
Kind of. It's kind of like a cone of silence, but it's like a very small little bubble that is non-detectable. Thalia, make me a religion check, please. Because you guys are trying to prevent a sight of the gods. So
14.
14. Nah, sorry, not enough.
Bummer.
What about it?
Can I lucky it?
Yeah?
19.
Nah, okay. Apollo and Artemis don't see what lies under their, for all intents and purposes, their celestial bodies by way of magic. Like, of course, it's somewhat magical, but it's think of it more like it's their eye. So while you're under the sun, it's not about like he can, you know, divine whatever he wants from anywhere. Think of it like he's sitting up there where the sun is aboard his chariot of fire. And as he looks down upon the world wherever the sun touches, much like an eagle, he can kind of like look and see all that is going on, be aware of all that's going on. So you're not trying to block divination in this moment. You're trying to block his sight. You're trying to block him from being able to see you under the light of day. He's more powerful than a simple non-detection will help with. Your original idea about going underground, and I'll give this to you because you guys dealt with this a lot. The reason why nobody knew that the drow were even doing anything underground because Apollo's sight doesn't extend past the cluster group. The sun doesn't touch in those underdark layers. And that's how the drow got away with all their secrecy. So your original plan to go hang out in the underdark and have a conversation is
Actually,
to
be perfectly honest with you, I think the mortal mundane answer is the answer. We take ourselves underground and then we physically disguise ourselves into something common that doesn't appear as us. And we move by normal means. And let the background of humanity being humanity provide us the cover that we need.
Do
We just
know
have to break line of sight and then change our appearance. So when we are back within sight, we're not recognizable.
Mhm. I think that's a great idea. Do we know where we need to go to find Prometheus?
I believe you guys found
Caucasus.
that out. Yeah, the
The
Caucasus
lands
Mountains.
of Caucasus.
The lands of Caucasus. Yeah, last session you learned that there are the Caucasus Mountains to the east of the Black Sea, or where he's at.
Hmm.
It's a lot of land to look through, but I'm sure you guys have cool ways of finding out your gods and all. You also have a pretty powerful druid who's good at learning things from nature. So you're covered. You'll figure it out. I have faith.
Actually, Thalia and or Ouroboros, you've spent more time in Zeus's stronghold than any of the rest of us. I know there are trophies of actions and doings that he has kept a hold of. Did he keep something of Prometheus?
Interesting.
Did I see anything like that in there?
Have anything that belonged to Prometheus.
Magic.
Gyasi and Thalia and Ouroboros, you're the three who have actually been inside of Zeus's like inner temple. Make me
I
a
was
religion
I
check.
was I was honestly focused on other things when I was in there.
Yeah. This is a very sort of like trying to remember seeing something you weren't looking for. So it's very high.
I got 10 again.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know.
I got
a
21.
Ouroboros, you were just so consumed by your dad's knowledge. Gyasi, what'd you get?
21.
21's pretty good. You remember a couple of things you saw, but yeah, your mind was focused on other things. This was trying to remember. This is like trying to remember other, I don't know, things you saw on the shelf in the grocery store when you're just going for the fucking Cheerios. No, it's hard to remember where everything's placed.
Okay. Option 2. Which fire? There are multiples here on the mountain. I think he took the fire from Hephaestus's forge, but my personal memory is not that good.
Give me a religion check if you want on that one. Just a reminder, you guys are now having this conversation where you were eating breakfast. Sounds.
Yeah, telepathically though.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have swapped to telepathy. Okay.
Yeah.
And a 21 for that
Right.
one too.
21 for that one too. Yeah, you and so the myth goes that Prometheus went to the forge of Hephaestus, took from him one of the embers, which was later mythologically named the primordial or the Promethean ember, and he brought that down to man. It's a matter of which myth you believe in, if it was literal fire that he brought to the cavemen or if he brought magic to them. Many think it's more the later former. It's more popular.
And we all have items crafted by Hephaestus, infused with that same primordial fire, for lack of something better. Part of the world key will let me scry on an individual in the same plane.
Be right back.
Uh, I've never met Prometheus, but we could have something that is tied to him specifically for what got him thrown in Zeus jail into a mountain to be out on a daily basis, because that sucks.
I'll add to your check there because you rolled about Prometheus, Gyasi. There's something important to note about Prometheus. He did take the embers from Hephaestus' forge, but Prometheus is also credited with creating the first of the mortals. Like he created the elves. He was the first, which probably tells you that he and Hephaestus had a pretty tight relationship back in the day. You don't know how Hephaestus feels now that Ember was stolen from his forge or whatever, but they were partners at one point. Worth pointing out.
Mm.
Maybe that's a discussion that's worth having.
Mm. And we do possibly need to find other allies on Olympus.
It would be good to know where he stands on that sort of thing
Mm-hmm.
subtly. Now, if we only know somebody who is, convincing and subtle and tactful by speech and nature.
While you're talking, I'm gonna talk about this stake in the outer world and throw some heat off of us.
Hmm.
Oh my God, Hestia, it's amazing. It's perfectly seared. Blah blah blah.
Well, you could just try scrying on him and see if he just chooses to fail the check.
Well, I can't do it from here. We would need to be at least on the prime material where he is.
Katara's the one that plane shifts. Is she around the?
I like the idea that she's distributing her power. I'm going to say that Katara kind of like she will make herself available to plane shift you guys if you require.
Well,
But
I can get us out. I need a look at a destination.
Hmm.
so we'll say that between those two things, like Katara's got to stay here on Olympus because she's exercising her influence to aid you guys in your adventure. But so she can plane shift you guys there, and then you can use the roll turn perhaps if you require.
Okay.
We also have Valerie around. She's a pretty fucking powerful arc druid. If you needed to use her, you have certain assets at your disposal. And they can plane shift them druids.
The plan to
So can Alicia.
Is the plan to still go underground first?
Yeah. Yeah. We want to if this were a burglary, we'd want to be able to break line of sight, change our clothes, change our habit, and then
Um,
and then proceed in that different guise, and let that change in look and behavior, act as our armor against detection to a degree.
well, I can show you the inner chambers of Napenthe, and we can teleport there, or sorry, world key there. if you need to see it.
No, I don't know if Katara's got a fork for it. The world key doesn't make me have to have a fork, which is handy. But it needs a rest in between my ability to do that.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
it's gonna probably take us a couple of days moving by mortal means to move from the drow enclave to uh the Caucasus region, and in that time I can make an attempt to see if we can't scry out Prometheus's location, and then we can wreck accordingly. And there may be locals who have news. I would have to imagine that any vulture on a Titan liver a day diet is probably going to be kind of big and burly, and the locals would be able to tell you where the big and where where, where the big burly birds are hanging out.
So can Katara get us to the Drow City?
Oh yes, yes, I could. But you'll have to go find her. She's at her temple. But yeah, go find her.
While we have the telepathic bond up, I would tell them about the dream Morpheus sent me, and that he requires the sands of time, and he promises not to tell Zeus what we're up to. Plus, I kind of like the guy. I have a soft spot for him, and I'd like to help him out.
Yeah, she'd gotten sort of a shaft in the whole existing thing, and it's a small ask, relatively speaking.
It's very fun. Shafted into existing. Okay, I'm gonna go find guitar and get out of here.
Yeah, I think.
Beautiful.
Everybody
So
scatter. We're gonna meet there.
absolutely. Okay, so you guys are all scattered. Yeah, you scatter. You're like meet there in 10 minutes, and you guys all make your way over to Katara's temple. And when you get there, Katara will be there. Just say hi. How's everybody doing? Do you wanna? Should I send you to somewhere? Where am I sending you? Where am I sending you, Thalia?
Muted.
The Drow City that Napenthe lives in. I don't know the
Oh,
name.
wonderful. Before you go, I think I want to share with you all a little secret that might help you with our little endeavor. It's okay. It's helpful. So I don't mind giving up the secret because it isn't helpful to us after this, after all. You do with it what you want, but I know a couple of things, two things actually. The first of which is that Zeus, he has to stand by his whatever with Prometheus. He has to stand by with him. And you guys are in the thing, by the way. You're like in her temple, so don't worry about the. Yeah. He says he has to like stand by his like commandment or whatever, but secretly in his heart, he wishes Prometheus freed and he likes him a lot. And secondly, the fates have prophesied to Hercules that he would be there when Prometheus was freed. I think you should go talk to Hercules. He's one of Zeus's favorites, and he's very strong. He could help break the chains, maybe, and maybe he might just be a very good help if you're interested.
Hmm. And we're speaking mentally, right?
No, I'm speaking
No.
about that, but you're in my secret sanctum.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Well, that could be help. We could even speak with them privately, potentially, if we need a space to speak to them privately, we could get them maybe underground with the drow on a diplomatic mission, perhaps. Is that as cover?
I think, as to not arouse suspicion of an ongoing plot, Silenos and I have been seen, buddy buddy with Hercules. So
Absolutely. And historically, I would be willing to bet the two of you could challenge him to a secret labor, that you don't think that he's strong enough to do.
Secret labor.
I bet you can't break Prometheus's chains. Oh yes, I
No.
can.
No. A secret labor, but we'll tell you about it when we get closer. And we don't tell him what it is until we're right there. It's a need to know item, and he doesn't need to know.
I also feel that if we were to tell him either falsely that Zeus told us, or just straight up, come on, man, Dad loved Prometheus, but he can't change his mind. So wouldn't it make sense if his two favorite sons went out there and fucking got his buddy free?
That's an option. You know him better than I do.
You have to
I'm a
appeal to his
firm-
bro nature.
I'm a firm believer in handing out as little information as I can get away with.
I'll tell you what, if Silenos or Ouroboros, the two of you having spent the most time with the guy, you make an insight check to sort of check his disposition and wonder maybe what might be the best approach, if you care to know.
Make insight.
Insight, yep.
I've rolled 2 7s tonight on 2 rolls. That'll be a 14 for me.
11.
14 and 11. I'll give a piece of information to each of you. Maybe not the best, but information nonetheless. The first of which is, for as meatheady as he is, he's more clever than he seems. People often underestimate his cleverness. He did sort of outwit Silenos to achieve his victory in the archery contest. So he's not one who is too easily fooled, though he might seem easy enough to fool. The second...
Okay. It's pretty easy to fool Silenos. Let's be real here. Let's be real here.
I'm not saying that he's like the king of deception or a grand politician or anything like that, but he's no dim brute, is the point. Well,
and most of his
he's not dim.
And most of his labors were completed as much by intellect as anything else.
Yeah, he had a lot of help from the gods, but he's had a couple instances where it wasn't might that saved the day. So yeah, he's clever. He's not one too easily fooled. The second is that from his labors and so on and so forth, he has a strong sense of like honor and justice. It's not a perfect honor. It's not like a knightly honor, to be very clear. This is like ancient Greek. So it's not, don't go crazy. But the point being is he believes in heroism and justice. He can be fooled, but he's he's not an idiot. He's not perfect, but he does have a code of justice. If he thought you guys were doing the right thing, he could be a very staunch and loyal ally.
I think if I can convince anyone on this mountain, it'd probably be Hercules. Then again, as he puts it, he is my father's favorite son. Debatable. But
One of them.
So there is a chance that he will stand by Father Dearest till his dying breath.
It's your call. But given that the fates have prophesied that he will be there, we have to have him. Period. Because I am 100% certain that they're the ones that fussed with Kronos, fussing with time to put us where we were, when we were, and to facilitate us coming back. Because that was way too much random chance for there not to be some manipulation of threads to make that happen. And if they've said it has to be this way, we gotta have him.
All right.
That does buy me a little time to try something. So while you're doing that, I can hopefully put a plan in motion. It might just be wishful thinking, but it could work.
And I'll go talk with Athena. Because I have a need to understand something as part of this watcher role that I'm going to undertake, and that's to understand how things are balanced. And part of that knowledge is on the path to how some of that got done by Zeus as he balanced out those cosmic forces. In theory, that's inside of scope of material that I need to come to understand if I'm going to oversight as intended.
That's awfully close to what we were asked to get from the faucet.
I'm aware that it is directly adjacent. Sometimes the item in the room that you're looking for is right there, and you don't see it until after you've picked up the couch and shook out the cushions and raked out the bottom of the bag and looked in the freezer, and they turn out to be right there by the front door.
I mean, I think doing that to somebody like Athena, she will make the connection.
She's already making connections.
Yeah, but she doesn't know.
She knows exactly what I talked about previously. And this is in direct alignment with that.
I don't know. I think it's a little on the nose for somebody like Athena. I could be wrong.
I've only known Athena for a short amount of time, but she's clearly not stupid.
I'm not saying that she is. She said, "Show me a better answer." have to find one. Part of that is understanding how these other cosmic forces got balanced and divided and organized.
Do you think she would ever agree with our plan?
If it's a good one and a wise one, perhaps.
I already said she's against us having the power of time.
As a singular individual, and that was by design.
If if it was multiplied, I mean distributed actually, but maybe she'd be more willing to do it.
Again, permission versus forgiveness. I am a firm believer that this endeavor needs to fall under the category of, well, you didn't say we couldn't. So we did.
Well, all it takes is for Athena to pick up what you're putting down, go to Zeus, and then have him say no. And then
Well,
Then
it's
it gets
either,
fucking crazy.
It's either that, or we try to figure out some way to steal it from the man himself. I'd rather get it from a book.
I don't know. I'm not gonna argue with you about it. You're a smart guy.
Well, I have an errand to run, so I will be back soon. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay. We have different people have different objectives. Maybe Alicia and Savanos have objectives of their own. We'll give you guys some time to think on that. Who'd like to start? You got Hercules, Athena, and Mystery Trick. So who would like to go first?
Anybody need my help?
Oh, I think Hercules ought to go first. Hercules, Hercules.
All right,
Turkey ass.
Ouroboros.
My bad. That
It's
was
you.
more of it.
It's you.
Yep. It
What
is
is the
him.
man? All right. Where else would he be standing but somewhere incredibly heroic? Let's just toss Hercules in here. We don't need to go changing boards. We know he's just looking out.
Is there heroic music playing as he does this from
Oh yeah, we're gonna
a
change the music
disembodied
too.
orchestra?
Oh yeah, you believe it. Believe it. Let me get you in there. You come to him. How heroic Hercules is. Hang on. Let's get real heroic here for a second. No, not the Disney one.
Gonna make a man out of you.
I think
That's Mulan.
That's Mulan.
Oh yeah.
Amateurs.
Close.
Amateurs.
My God. There he is. The Slayer of the Nemean Lion. I'm not going to go through all 9 of them. But he, that god of strength and athleticism, with his golden pelt and mighty hammer and bow slung across his back, he looks out over Olympus and he looks bored. Turns around and sees you, kind of brightens up. Goes, Ouroboros, you son of a bitch.
Hercules. Olympus gets destroyed.
Oh my God.
Down there, the mortals are hear they look up to the mountain, which is probably actually true. I'm not gonna lie, that probably canonically actually happens. It was either Zeus is very angry, or Ouroboros and Hercules were dancing up. Either way, we should be wary. And he says, he goes, "To what do I owe the pleasure of your presence, brother?"
Well, I was drawn to a immense sense of grace and glory, and
Don't
you
know
got the
about
glory
grace.
down.
But
Not much grace.
You beat me to it, you son of a bitch. Yeah, no, not a lot of grace here, but we got glory all around.
Yeah. Sad thing is, with this war almost over, those opportunities for glory are running dry.
Better get the best of it while we can.
Yeah. And seeing as how Kronos isn't going to show his ugly mug around anytime soon, we got to find something to do with all of this.
Oh, this.
All of that. All of that.
They're flexing at each other.
Yeah.
We're both gets a little distracted. It goes,
10
no,
minutes
you're
later.
right. We gotta. I'm getting bored up here, Ouroboros. I've been holding the world on my back. Now, while a really cool feat, been there, done that. While I was
Yeah.
immortal. I need bigger things to punch, you know?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, your times of labor and all that stuff, it might be behind you.
Yeah. Trying to coax me into something? Because if you are, it's working.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah, we got our stories. We got our epic, sonnets written about us and shit, but you can't help but wonder, is there gonna be that one more thing that you get remembered for?
You know what? You're right. God damn it, you're right. Glory is what glory you take, you know? Resting on your laurels makes you
Damn
soft.
straight. Fucking right.
So what do you propose? Got giants to slay, titans to crumble, mountains to carry.
I think I have one in mind. You know, there's few beings still on the prime material that have the strength, the endurance, and if we beat them, all the glory in the world.
Sounds like you've got someone in mind. Stop teasing me with appetizers and get to the steak.
Hey, but I got your mouth watering, right?
Yeah,
Listen.
you be careful. Fucking, you better be careful, I'm married.
I know it looks good, but hey, relax.
Alright. You're talking like, talking in circles like Athena or something. Come to
Yeah,
the point.
sorry about that, man.
Ouroboros.
Fuck, I don't know. Fucking hang with Athena fucking got me fucked up. Anyway,
She's great. Talks too much.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Fuck.
talk less so we can get to the smashing.
You,
Well, that didn't sound
me. We go. We free the chains that bind Prometheus. And depending on his
good.
sentiment, we fight the motherfucker. You and me, side by side. Going toe to toe with one of the first titans to go against Zeus's rule.
Come on, man. What are you talking about? You want to
You can't do it?
Oh, it's not a matter of I can't do it. It's a matter
No,
of
it
do I
sounds
wanna
like you're
do
not
it.
fucking strong enough, Hercules.
Okay, take it easy, all right? Maybe I'll be pounding on you in a second. Come on, man. You want to go beat on a guy chained to a rock for 1,000 years? That's all you got? That's
Hey.
where your honor lies?
I've killed a lot weaker people with a lot less effort.
Uh-huh. Who do you think you're talking to? Why do you
The
want
one
to
and
beat
only.
on Prometheus?
Man, like I said, there's few others that have that fucking oomph. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
And-
for competition, huh?
Yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong, but a little birdie told me that Zeus might want Prometheus free. So, you and me, the prize sons, we could be the saviors of Prometheus. We could be looked at by our father and seen with nothing but love, showered in gifts. Of course, he can't go against his commandment, you know, to everybody. But we'll know, and he'll know.
I mean, I already have all that stuff. I mean, I'm already loved and honored, and have tons of gifts. So let me get this straight. You want to free Prometheus to make Zeus happy, and then you want to beat the shit out of him for competition.
It, like I said, depends on the sentiment. Whichever comes first, honestly.
Make a deception check.
Inspiration?
Yep.
$17.
17. Goes. Gotta say, Ouroboros, thought better of you, man. You brought fire to man. You were a man once. I was a man once. I feel like there's something you're not telling me. Talking in circles doesn't suit you. I'm a man
All right.
who's about, I'm a god who's about what I'm about. I'm
I-
gonna fight someone,
I
and
feel
fight
you.
them and look in their eye.
I feel you. But check this out. That same birdie told me
Who's this fucking bird? Why are you talking to birds? Doesn't make any sense.
the birds
You got
speak to,
birds?
the fucking birds speak to. Come on, you talk to a fucking a satyr that taught you everything you know.
Yeah, satyrs talk Greek. Birds just tweet at you.
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever.
At least you
What-
did
what-
some shit that I don't get.
Yeah, you're running
But-
around with your druid friends. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Dippy on me. Anyway, what's
So
go ahead.
So they said that it cannot be done, meaning I can't do it alone, unless you, they named you,
Who's that?
need to be there with me.
Birds?
Yes. They said that the fates or whatever, they said you gotta be there.
The fates said I gotta be there.
Yes.
Why do
Right
you want
hand to
it?
dad. Right handed to dad.
Okay, sure. Why do you want it? I've been tricked. Think I ain't been tricked? You know my story? Everyone knows my story. I've been tricked, Ouroboros. I won't get fooled again. So come to the point. What do you get out of this?
I get a piece of that glory and that love that our Father has for you. I want what you have, Hercules.
Make
There
another
we go.
deception check.
Roll better.
It don't get much better than what I rolled before. A 14. But can I use my Ouroboros ring?
Sure.
Okay. What did I roll? All right. So I rolled 15. I don't think that's gonna help me.
Adding it or subtracting?
So I rolled a 7.
Okay, so what'd you roll on the dice?
I rolled
A
a
D20.
15 on the dice.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah.
So you either got to subtract it down to 8, or you got to add it and come around to a 2. What's your modifier?
-1.
Damn. So you either got to roll a. You either got to be a 7 or a 1. So it's a 7. I assume you want a 7.
Says
He goes.
you rolled a 14 on your deception check.
It goes off of the die, right?
Yeah, you don't add the modifier to the Ouroboros ring. The ring brings around the dice roll.
Yeah.
He says, here's the deal.
Use your luck charge on the Jewel of the Heroic Bond.
I could use that.
Well, let's look at the Ouroboros ring and see how, where,
Yeah.
because that's already kind of. I'm going to say, because you've implemented the ring, the d20 rolls behind us. You've rolled a d20, and now you've spent a reaction on that d20 roll to implement the Ouroboros ring. So we're going to move forward.
Okay.
It's not a complete failure. He says, I don't know what you're playing at, Ouroboros. I know you try to trick me. I know you think I'm a fool. Which is why I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I'll see Prometheus. I'll look him in his eye. And I'll decide what I want to do when I'm there. But I know you're keeping things from me. Disappointing, really. We'll see what kind of god you really are. He'll throw his giant club over his shoulder. Let's meet the god who made mankind and see if he's worth beating on.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. You're up to no good. Kick your ass.
I expect no less, brother.
And he'll give you like a little look of like, you know, he still likes you. And trusts you. He still likes you. He kind of, sort of like, he like shoulders by you. Like it's disrespectful, absolutely. You know, he doesn't like the situation. He doesn't like being lied to. He knows he's being lied to. But he'll go with.
What did I lie about?
The reason why you're breathing. Because you're like, let's go there and like break the thing and beat on him and all of that. And he was like, why? Why are you beating on him? And you're like, because I want what you want, but it's not what you want. You're trying to unlock the powers, Time Lord stuff. So you're lying about your intentions.
Okay. And yeah, I'll wait a bit, look around for any prying eyes. And then I will head back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, head back. All right, moving along. Who is next? Are we gonna go to Gyasi's meeting with Athena? Does Alicia Silenos have any plans? Do you want to do Thalia's mystery something something? What are we doing?
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real fast. Sorry.
Alicia goes and uses the bathroom.
We can do my thing, yeah. That's
So
fine.
you think you know Wix? Do you really?
Okay, let's go do that one. Fantastic. Where are you going?
I would like to seek out my brother Eros.
Eros. Interesting. Okay, the goddess of grace, calling on the powers of love to solve some problems.
Before I get there, I want to cast skill empowerment on myself for deception.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cast that on Ouroboros, god damn it. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't think of everything.
Damn.
I'm gonna say because Eros and Psyche are getting like a new place or whatever. So we'll say that like, because you're a god now, Thalia. And like, it's not all about you going to people. Sometimes they need to come to you. They need to, you gotta have your respect too. So you summon one of these messengers of Hermes. You send a little invite for Eros to come meet you at your temple at his old home in the gardens of Aphrodite, if that suits you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, and so he does. You see your beautiful brother Eros, white wings aloft and golden bow in hand. Come and fly down. He goes, "Sister, good to see you. How are you doing?"
Eros, I'm doing so well. It's good to see you. Would you like to come in and see what Valerie and I have done with the place?
I would love nothing more than to see what's become of my old bow. I'm sure you've done it justice.
Excellent. Yeah, and she'll show him in and show him around. And if
Small
Valerie's
talk, small talk.
is Valerie with us?
Would you? I'll roll a dice. How about that? Yeah, she's hanging out around here. She doesn't. Actually, no. You encouraged her to go out and make friends, so she's out making friends. The sun's out, so she's out doing stuff.
All right. Then she would say, not exactly my style per se, but I think Valerie has a very unique touch.
See, I didn't think you to be so floral. It's a little. It's not bad, but it's. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's different, yeah. Well, I've got some tea.
Some tea.
Yeah.
Well, I love tea.
I hope this is going to be news to you. It might not be, but I found out that Artemis has a lover.
Oh yeah,
The Virgin God. Yes.
the Virgin God has a lover.
Has a lover. And it's none other than Athena.
My.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever would have thought of that kind of a match?
Oh my goodness, I knew you already knew. Eros.
The god of love. Of course I knew.
Yeah,
Oh,
well.
but you do see her stalking around with her books and her spear. Doesn't he? She needs a little something to happen,
Well, you did a very good job. I love the match and I'm all about it. And I was actually hoping for a bit of a favor.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. A great favor.
Well, you know how Athena is all about this war right now, and she is on our case to fight in this war and to be her pawns. And frankly, I need a night off, and I am so exhausted. So I was wondering if you could perhaps work your magic and have the two lovebirds wrapped up within one another. And garnering each other's apt attention for the evening.
See, what do I get out of
What do you get? Well, you could always watch. I know that's your thing.
it? A little bit. It's not terrible.
Well, if you do want something in return, I do have a small token of appreciation I would be happy to bestow upon you.
Oh yeah, what kind of token?
Yeah. And she will produce the Stone of Good Luck.
Ooh.
Yeah. And this will boost your abilities and make you ever so slightly more powerful. It served me well, and I would greatly appreciate this favor of yours.
I'm not really one for like personal power and everything, but it is an intriguing little trinket that could be very fun for me and playing as I do with my mortals. Make a persuasion check.
A persuasion check. Okay. Oh my god, I rolled a natural 2 for 20. So I'm gonna.
I'll give you either. If you wanted to roll a deception check, you could have.
It would be the same modifier because I have expertise in persuasion. So I am gonna lucky that though, because fucking natural 2.
Well, you don't have to because you succeed.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, as a reminder, 20 is the third highest DC in the game. So you did really well. And he goes, why to resist such a little token? What I could do? A good luck stone. Oh, it's just the kind of thing that a young blossoming boy would give to a young blossoming girl. Okay, you got it. When do you need a little? When do you need a? When do you need a night where they're particularly wrapped in the feeling?
Well, tonight would be nice. I have a little date planned with a lover, and I need to get away just sooner rather than later. I'm exhausted, and I actually hope to sneak away the whole party to have a night of revelry. So, if I could get out from under the eye of Athena and the huntress god Artemis, that would be perfect.
Right, out from under the eye of Athena, who's so transfixed on her war. Okay, very well. You have my support, sister. You always do, no matter what you're up to. He'll give you like a little knowing look. You might have tipped your hand a little bit, but
How did I tip my hand? Oh my god.
He's one for he likes mischievousness and it works well. And he'll saunter on in. You will have your distraction. Okay, fantastic. All right, shall we hit up Gyasi?
Sure.
Okay. You find yourself it's not nighttime, it is sometime in the day. But regardless, you find yourself deep into the archives of Athena once more. She is, as she ever is, standing before her war board, looking away, and you appear to her. She kind of sees you out from the corner of her eye. She doesn't really turn much from her war board. She says, "Hello, Gyasi. Is there anything else to report?"
Not so much a report, but I have an ask, actually. Uh, you said to find a better solution.
Yes.
And
Alright.
it occurs to me that there are forces perhaps as powerful that are not seated with a an individual. And I'm assuming that there was a method to balancing those cosmic forces. The fates come to mind as an example, where destiny and time are very tightly conjoined. Where time resides in a single individual, destiny is not. Perhaps a better solution is there, but I don't know enough about how that was put together to understand if that's a viable suggestion. You have the accumulated wisdom of Olympus. Is there a record of how that, not so much how it was done, but the why of how it was orchestrated, so I might better understand?
I have the mythos and origins of the various gods and who they were born to and what domains they were born of, which you are welcome to peer through if you wish, but I was not the one responsible for the balancing of the cosmos. That was Zeus'
I
domain, and always has
I
been.
I understand that. I I would think that understanding the framework might be sufficient, or at least give me a place to begin asking better questions. So I don't waste your time, I don't waste Zeus's time. But understanding the fates, understanding the muses and inspiration, uh, those cosmic forces that are divided. Um, if I think, with all due respect, I think that while letting Kronos get re-imprisoned and returned to a less coherent state, um, is just going to put us through this all again at some point. A different solution needs to be had. If a singular individual is the problem, then perhaps something else. But I have to understand the something else's to understand if that's a better idea. And frankly, I don't know enough. And if there is wisdom to be had, I would assume that it is here.
You said you were the idea of grouping the power, is what you said? And if I made a
distributing.
mistake, yeah, distributing. I see.
Because in some ways it's already partly there. You have Apollo who has responsibility for the day, which is a measure of time. You have Artemis who's for the moon, which is a measure of night, and they are balanced in that respect. You have Aphrodite driving love and discord, and those all take place on a time, on a cadence, and perhaps there's something there, but I think that I need to understand something more primal, more central, and the fates, and to some degree the muses represent a primordial power that is distributed. But sure. 17.
He sort of leans back from her war table and turns to you. He says, I am, of course, the god of knowledge and wisdom and all these things, and I have great stores here. But there are some knowledges beyond my domain. Very few, mind you, but there are. I have study and speculation and philosophy about the theology of how Zeus does it, but he is the mastermind behind the organization of the cosmos. What I can tell you, what I know, as I see you are trying to do good, not mistake my apprehension for distaste. If I thought it possible to strip Kronos of his powers and grant it to more responsible hands, I would do it. So let me tell you this. What I know of these groups that distribute some of the more complex powers, such as the Hore, who deal in the laws of the cosmos itself, and the organization of the seasons, the graces who deal with the essence of splendor and beauty, the muses who deal with all forms of art, the fates, were probably most powerful amongst them. These things are true. They are groups that come in multiples of 3, always. They are women. I don't know if that's important. And they are children of Zeus. Every muse, every grace, every fate, every hore, they are all daughters of Zeus. More still, they are, the muse is less so, but mostly manifestations of their domains. They are, to my speculation, to my best assumption, were bred for the task. Literally, born to hold these domains. The Oniri are 3, and they are men, and they are of dreams. So again, I don't know if gender has anything to do with anything, but they are children of Zeus, and they come as manifestations of their domains. I don't know how he does it. As you can imagine, the king must have secrets even he holds. It's not something I've ever been privy to.
And that's
The only other individual who I would know to have any sort of larger understanding of the organization of the cosmos would be Kronos himself, as he did it for the Titans.
well,
Gaia?
in fairness and in recompense, let me offer this. The knowledge of time that Kronos wields was not born in Greece.
I have my assumptions, my predictions, but I always thought it strange. You'd think time was the first thing to ever come. And of the primordial entities, there is none that remains time. I had theorized that Kronos had gone back in time and killed the original powers of time, and became the Titan of time for as long as we have recorded it and known it.
As I learned it, he was a student, and when he got enough mastery, he took what remained that suited him.
It explains a lot, Kronos being a student of time. I always thought he wielded time rather flimsily.
And the reason I am on this path of distribution is those teachers are distributed. And in a trio. So there's something there.
Secrets from the future, I presume.
And the past.
You know who they are,
Yes.
where they are.
Yes, I do. They are as ancient as anything Greek, and perhaps significantly older.
Friends.
Met
Allies,
in
at least.
met in passing, and they share similarities also with the Fates, in that they have knowledge of what was, what is, and what will be. And in that future timeline, which thankfully has been deconstructed Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon arranged for a working key that allowed us to return.
This much. This much I knew. Only a handful of gods, even amongst the 12 Olympians, were aware of this. Explains how you returned to us.
I think that it's fair quid pro quo to borrow from a different language.
I'm sure you'll have no arguments of your methods, especially after the victories in Troy. Well, should we not call upon these masters of time then?
I feel as if Kronos is a mess within our house, and we are under a degree of obligation to tend to it ourselves. We did once. And by we, I mean the Olympians in general, imprisoned them, degraded the coherence of the Titans to let those spheres of influence remain because they were needed to. And by and large, that worked until it didn't. The biggest reason that it didn't is there was more coherence to Kronos. And I think part of that is that power with time residing with, even in his dismembered pieces, there was enough in all three phases, past, present, and future, that allowed his manipulations to exude outside, coupled with Hades' assistance. That was the jailbreak that led to this second war. I don't want there to be a third. It's not good. It's not good for the Olympians. It's not good for the mortal realm on which we depend. It's not.
Then allow me to pose a couple of things to you. My place is here at the war board. You have a plan, and I will not take it from you. If you wish to bring it to Zeus, to try and bring forth a better solution for his containment balls, so be it. I am not a politician on this mountain. I have knowledge to gain and a war to fight, and those are my priorities. So I don't need accolades. Those are yours. It's your plan to present, Gyasi. And you have some choices. Zeus's knowledge could be helpful. These creatures should be helpful that you've found in the future. And as long as we're looking for solutions as to why this should not happen again, I'd hazard to ask you what caused this war in the first place. Was it Kronos? No, he was not the cause of it. No Titan began this war. They were the lava that spilled down the mountain and destroyed the town, but the Titans didn't cause the eruption. You want a solution. There may be another one. It was the god of the dead who released the Titans from their prisons for something as foolish as jealousy. Perhaps there is a new god.
While jealousy is foolish, it is in some ways inevitable. You don't have to look any further than Zeus and Hera to see that it is inherent. Yet, with jealousy and ambition and everything else, there have been some things that have remained balanced and untouched. Those are the pieces that I think have got the model for success. Because sure as sunrise and moonrise, Zeus is going to dally. He's going to hand out a decree. Somebody is not going to be happy with it. Jealousies and contention and politics are going to arise. Some people like you stand in greater wisdom and are dispassionate to those passion plays. That makes you somewhat more unique in my observations of Olympus than others. Zeus and Hera, Aphrodite, Ares, Hephaestus. There are plenty of personal struggles. And the damage that this has done here to a degree, but to a greater degree in the mortal realm, there has to be a better way. Doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome seems unwise.
I do agree. I
So,
also know the only place to put the Titans is in Tartarus. It has worked well enough for a millennium. And it will work well enough now for the end of the war, but once the war comes to an end, I agree. Perhaps there is something to be solved. But I am one god, Gyasi. And perhaps that is some knowledge I give to you. Yes, you are a pawn. You and your allies are pawns. Demigods are always been the pawns of the gods. But you are a pawn no longer. You may not have a portfolio yet, but you are on this mountain. You may not be acknowledged by Zeus, but you are given sanctuary and home here. I have no authority over you. If you wish to bring about change, then bring about change. We will all do what we think is right.
Well, I appreciate your counsel and your wisdom. I will return you to your table.
And as you leave, she says, and your knowledge is well received and will be added to this story.
Without turning, she'll get a bow as Gyasi exits.
Fantastic. Alicia, Silenos, did you guys have any plans while some moves were made around Olympus?
I think I'll just be talking either with Thalia about strategy and Valerie, just chit-chatting with her, I guess. Nothing specific.
Yeah, Valerie's a little busy, but you can chit-chat with Valerie all you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just
It's just hi to you. It's kind of like a fleeting, what's up, kind of thing.
yeah, and
no problem.
yeah, just chit-chatting more than anything else.
Cool.
Just showing my
What about you
emotions, I
there?
guess.
Yeah, sure. What about you there, Silenos? Did you have anything you need to do around Olympus? No? Okay. Cool. So you all meet up again. You all come together. Ouroboros seems to have indeed successfully wrangled Hercules. He comes wandering up, gives you all a look and a nod, says, "So, but we're gonna go. We're gonna go be freeing Prometheus, then, huh?"
I think we should see what that opportunity presents.
All right.
Perhaps we don't, but perhaps we do. It will depend a lot on what we see when we're there.
Okay. Fantastic. He goes, "All right." The guitar goes, "So are you all ready then to let's go to the mountain then?"
Yes.
Okay, good luck. And she'll ding, hit the tuning fork, and with that, all of you will find yourselves change and mingle as the world vibrates under the power of sound, and you guys will find yourselves suddenly in a very, very, very cold place. You find yourselves standing on the top of the snow-capped mountains due east of the Black Sea, and Ouroboros, you're like, feels good. You know, you got your natural state is a mountain man, literally. You feel like you're like, "Hmm, cool. Like it's actually a nice temperature." Yeah, basically, you breathe in that cool mountain air, and you look at the rest of your party, which is probably like, holy fuck. It is cold, but not uncomfortably cold. But it seems that in your godly forms, extreme heat won't do the job to take you guys down any longer. Uncomfortable though it is. Hercules
I thought we were
pelts in
going.
the wind. Yes, Thalia?
I thought we were going under the mountain to disguise ourselves first, and then we were
Oh.
going. Right? It
Okay,
was-
sure.
But no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misunderstood what the plan was.
That was my
Y'all
understanding of the
came up with
plan.
that shit.
Okay, then that's where you go. My apologies.
Yeah.
Got a little mixed up. But yeah, you guys will. Katara helps bring you guys down to down low. which one was it? I think it was. Nope, it wasn't that one. Ah, fuck! I hit the button. Like, ooh, Nate, you already take the shit out of this place.
Well, we brought Ouroboros with us. If a place needs breaking, he's the guy.
So
Ah,
somewhere in
my
the
time to shine.
underworld, somewhere down in the underworld, in the Underdark, Napenthe, the former Inquisitor and now Queen of the Drow, sits on her throne and talks at length with her Drow court, figuring out the future of the Drow people and what's next to come. And then suddenly, in the courtroom, there's a flash, brilliant celestial light. And as they all turn around, they are astonished to see the forms of 7 gods, or sorry, 6 gods, because basically Hecate. They're all astonished to see them, and standing before them is they're all just like shocked, equal parts fear and amazement at your being here. Even Nepenthe, who kind of like has like a little bit of like a sigh for like the extravagance, as it's not unused to what she has come to expect with all of you, the extravagance of your entrance. She kind of eyeballs you, Thalia, with like a cocked eyebrow, like, nice, basically, as if saying like, cool, cool entrance. But yeah, they all sort of are unsure of what to do with themselves, and she says, in Undercommon, so most of you won't understand it. She says, "These are the gods. You will not bow before them. You would fear not their wrath after what has become of Arachne." And they all kind of like quickly find their way to a bow. Some of them, other ones, sort of like slowly slink to a bow. All of them very uncertain in this moment. Why would 7 gods be showing up? Hopefully not divine wrath is probably what's going through a bunch of their brains. And Nepenthe will sort of say, "Welcome, gods in Undercommon." So I think only Thalia will understand it. And she will, and Salanos, yep. And we'll say, "Welcome, gods of Olympus. Is there anything that we drow can do for you?"
Anthe, it's a pleasure to see you. Thalia will say in Undercommon. And we are here um, to enjoy your company. And telepathically, she'll say, and to lie low for a little bit.
She kind of, her eyebrows go up and a little smile curls across her face. Drow are not unused to the world of deception and subterfuge, and perhaps it's excitement you see in her eye. And she says, "Then of course you have it. If you simply wish to, well, the palace is open to you. This place, this last city of Arantha is open to you. And if you wish for private quartering, I'm sure it can be arranged."
Of course, that would be most excellent. Do tell, how is my temple coming along?
Uh, she'll look into a nearby row, and she'll say, "Well, Heckmanic," and downed in what would be considered like the drow elven regalia of you, Thalia, your faith, will stand up and bow low and say, "Goddess of Grace, you you honor us with your presence. Your temple comes along well. We have found fine obsidian within the Underdark to begin the carving of a great sculpture in your honor."
Oh, that is so good to hear. I can't wait to see its completion, and I'll be back soon to visit. Unfortunately, she'll turn back to Panthe. Our visit today will be short. Those private quarters you mentioned.
For all of you?
Ah, yes, unfortunately this time.
Very well. Please, allow me to take you to my meeting room. Come, great gods of Olympus. Let's not keep you waiting too long. And she will show you all through the halls, and you guys will march through, exotic as you are. Hercules is looking around like whoever's nearby, maybe Saudos goes, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Incredible. And yeah, it's fine. We're not gonna play with the board too much here. But yeah, you guys are brought to yeah, you're gonna have to become a little smaller in your godly forms, but still as excellent as ever. And you are brought to what would be sort of like Nepenthe sort of antechamber to her lodgings here. Um, fine, fine couches, cushions, and seating areas are around here and there. She turns around and says, "And so we are in private."
We really appreciate you giving us this solace here. We are on a bit of a mission, and well, we don't want our friends finding out the um, the I don't know, the excitement before it's due time. You see Hercules here and Ouroboros, they have it in their minds that they're going to um, free Prometheus.
It's, is this who's Prometheus?
Just a titan.
Yeah.
He created humans and magic, and I don't know. He's kind of a big deal, which is why these two chumps want to try to free him, just to see if they can, I suppose. It's a bit of a silly
So,
feat, but
just, I'm sorry not to interrupt, Goddess, but am I to understand that you have changed sides then? You are with the Titans now.
oh no, absolutely not. We're no, we're certainly with.
Can I make a persuasion check, please?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. For no, we're not with the Titans.
Oh, 28.
Okay. Please proceed.
No, we're certainly still with the gods, but I'm not so sure that they would approve of this endeavor, so we're in needing a bit of secrecy.
Then you shall have it. As I said, Avaranta is open to you.
Thank you. It's very kind. And Thalia will disguise herself. We'll cast disguise self, and because I think that was the plan, right? Was to come down here and disguise ourselves and then leave again, right?
That's the intent, but I think we're better off served by makeup and cosmetics. Wait, that's redundant. By cosmetics and other similar things.
No. Is anyone proficient with the disguise kit? Anyone even have?
Well, that's one of the reasons for coming specifically here.
Oh.
These folks have had infiltrators and people who were disguised despite prophecy and true sight and things of those nature, if there is expertise to be had, I would assume that it would be here. Now, some of them where the doppelgangers do have other ability.
Is this something you can help with, Napenthe?
It has always been the discipline of our assassins to know how to disguise themselves. So yes, we are quite practiced, our people, at cosmetic disguise.
Because those disguises, I would assume that any site we're looking to avoid would see through a magical disguise in the same way that Tara seems to see through different altered forms.
Sure, we'll give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah, because I will summon some of our assassins to change your appearances. It will be a challenge. I am sure of theirs that they will be willing to take on. You are also special. And she will, you guys will find yourself, like, she says assassins, but these fairly, like, I don't know, they're elves, so they're all attractive, but these, like, fairly, like they don't come in, like spooky or whatever, guys and girls. But just these very normal looking drow just sort of come in various attire and honor you, the gods. And we'll hear what each of you wish to be disguised as, and they'll do their good work. It will be difficult because you're all very sparkly and radiant and incredible and all that, but they're going to do their very, very best. Thalia, how would you like to look?
I would like to like a beautiful commoner.
Okay.
Still beautiful though.
Still beautiful though, understood. She'll like get out a wig and put a wig on your head and give you like brown hair, and she says horrible for it, and she like powders your face, make you look more pale. She says, I'm sorry, but there's going to be don't have any cosmetic way of covering up such beautiful eyes as yours.
You flatter me. That'll be fine.
There's only so much I can do to cover up your unearthly grace. It is, you think you'll have the ability to pretend or seem like you do not have such infinite grace?
Thalia will like slump her shoulders a little bit and kind of like tilt her chin down because I can only imagine she has her nose up most of the time. So she'll like try to be less graceful.
Make a performance or deception check at disadvantage because you're trying to do something directly opposed to what has been bound here very deep.
Yeah. Oh, well, I rolled a natural one for 13. So.
And quite fittingly, you guys see Thalia stand up, do her best and least graceful walk. And while it is not like Thalia level grace, it's no catwalk situation. Her worst graceful walk is the best elven walk, if that makes any sense. She's walks like Galadriel. as she does her like least graceful walk.
How'd I do?
The drow applaud.
Thank you. Excellent.
Not your best work.
Well, good luck trying to disguise this brute of a man, and she'll gesture to Ouroboros.
Yeah, you see this one like somewhat novice-looking drow look at Ouroboros, and then the other one and like his brother next to him looking at Hercules, the two most fucking hulking individuals, like unearthly, like nobody, like to be clear, no mortals, like demigods maybe, but mortals, nobody is this ripped. It just doesn't exist in this time, and they're like,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
so how the drow using you as a translator, Thalia. So how are we disguising you today, God of Pain?
Let's disguise him as a runt giant. I think that's our best bet.
Ouroboros turns into an elderly man again.
Well, that's true. You shapeshift into an elderly man, and he's like, "Okay, my work here is done."
Well,
I'm like, we
I'm
could do
finding
that.
that maybe this plan isn't gonna work as well as we thought it. Yeah, can I like insight like as we're doing this exercise, like
I'm like,
Yes, you can
guys,
insight
we did this
this.
before. I don't know if it's an illusion, which could be seen through, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it could be seen through. Yeah.
Give me an insight check. Yeah, to see how this plan is turning out.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm rolling like shit tonight. I got a natural 2 for 13.
same.
So,
Can I help?
wait. What was your? Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Salmos just goes to like a shadow in like the corner of the room, just like kind of breathes. Like, yeah, that's definitely still you guys. Silas has true sight in darkness, so
Oh
I
yeah.
can still see through this, right? Is this?
Yeah. So it's not a high DC. We have to go through it individually and then bring it all together. We have like no matter how much you change their skin tone or their face or whatever, the two most yoked fucking gentlemen who have ever walked Greece, the most graceful woman to ever walk Greece, a satyr. In fairness, someone who could probably be changed to look a little bit more like a whatever woman, Alicia, and a Gyasi, who I think they really start getting the cosmetic stuff out for Gyasi. They're getting out like the Mission Impossible like mask and everything to start getting the guy ready.
Gyasi has a very specific idea.
Okay, what's Gyasi's idea?
When we were in the woods outside of Themyscira, we met with Katara's children, one of which was a dragonborn. When we crossed over into the 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 the, the dragon realm, and were summarily shortly thereafter booted out, we were met by other dragonborn. Plate and lacquer the fur into scale bits. Spike and
Okay, yeah.
spike and frill the the hair along the spine. Face is kind of in that predator vein already. Claws are kind of normalized.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's as close as I can come.
Yeah. So these drow who have never seen a dragonborn before, start basically like you see one guy in the corner with like a mask and like a spray paint gun, like starting to like set deck prop out like a like a dragonborn like head mask thing, and through the broken telephone of like Gyasi telling Thalia, and Thalia knowing what Gyasi wants, and then saying it to them, and them trying to create this dragon humanoid creature. So to summarize, the group that may be presented to the world is the two most yoked figures in the world, like two incredibly yoked men, a super graceful woman. Um, however you slice it, uh, a satyr, um, and then like a woman and a dragonborn. A certainly unique group, but I think your biggest giveaways would probably be the combination of
Hans and
super pretty
Franz.
lady, yeah, super pretty lady, massive guns, and blind satyr. So at the end of the day, you're like you guys are looking around, you're like, yes. It's a
Okay.
little hard to cover
Now,
up.
what if we disguise me as a sickly blind satyr, and Thalia is helping me,
Um,
and then I can make it so she's less graceful, and he like starts like shuffling.
Or you can like wear one of those like I don't know, like I'll wear a hood. That's what I'll wear.
I'm just gonna, and these are lovely ideas. And to credit, Thalia, you rolled a nat one on your performance, right?
Yeah.
So Silenos, you come over and you guys are giving it a test. You're doing for like a second catwalk. You guys spend like an hour here trying to figure this out. And Silenos, you like make yourself all old and shit. You're like trying to like knock into Thalia, and just like somehow she's like taking it in perfect stride. Like she sort of stumbles, like kind of like finds her way up in almost like a fluid, watery movement. And it's like she literally can't make herself look
I was gonna say,
like
Silence
clumsy.
like starts trying to trip her. Like he loves that, but he starts trying to trip her, and then just like somehow he falls himself.
Yeah, you like force it. At one point, you get Thalia. You actually do trip Thalia, but Thalia does the whole like fallen angel maiden thing on her way down. Lands perfectly upon the
Okay,
ground.
we need a new plan. We need a new plan.
Well, worth mentioning, I believe I have curated a distraction for Artemis and Athena tonight. So we could just go under the guise of night and hope that
I think that that's perfect. And these these don't have to stand close scrutiny. You know, with all the world to watch, that's a lot of watching.
What were you gonna
especially
say
if he
there,
doesn't know
Alicia?
where to watch.
I was just gonna say, do we really expect these to fool the gods of Olympus?
We're hoping he'll
Apollo?
know where to look.
It's it's a cursory glance. It's a thorough investigation? Probably not. Definitely not. But in a huge crowd where, they're looking over all of all of Greece and its surrounds, something mundane-ish might slip past notice because there's too much else. There are still giants about. There is still the emphasis on looking for Kronos and any signs that he's out there. There is so many other things that are being looked at. We just need for the eye to light on us and to move. If Thalia's arranged a distraction, then leaving by the cover of night gives us added benefit. We need to not be at a place or a time that is predictable. And if it isn't predictable, then the eye will probably pass on and over us only because we're one of many.
Yeah,
Okay.
but when we go to the mountains, I mean, it's just gonna be us.
We aren't. There will be fewer, to be sure, but in the mountains of Sparta, while there were fewer people, we found dwarves and dragons and other Denzians. I'm certain that the Caucasus are going to be similar. The shores of the Black Sea are reasonably populated. Uh, in fact, was a rather prominent temple to Artemis in the northern part of the Black Sea. I know, I moved a statue from there before I came to Athens, what seems like a really long time ago.
Hmm.
Hercules
So
says, "So what are we waiting for? She made a distraction and doing all this talking for."
Probably
we're
wait for nightfall.
just for the cover of night, and then we'll move.
Oh,
Oh god.
Oh yeah,
why are we? Oh yeah. Oh,
makes sense, right? I didn't get it at first either.
oh, yeah. No, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. Good there.
Yeah, I mean, what I've learned, being a part of this group is that if I just sit back and be quiet, it usually works itself out.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've. Yeah, that's what I do too.
Well, while we're killing time, I do have an important meeting with the Panthe. I'll be sure to be back in time.
That's perfectly fine. And in in recompense for their effort, is there a boon task that we may do for you, Nepenthe, while we are here? A large stone block that needs to be moved, a anything of that nature that we could lend ourselves to?
The Napenthe will say, "A boon from the gods." I'm sure there is no shortage. So he looks around at all of you. Um, goes, let us see. I don't know you. 2 points at Alicia. He says, "You are a god as well?
Oh yes.
What do you use a god of?"
Nothing. No, so I don't have a domain.
She is
Yo,
as tied to Mother Earth as anyone you are likely to meet in this
ah,
life or any other.
then, if that's the case, perhaps some way to ensure we produce more food. The harvest is more fruitful, perhaps.
What does your diet consist of?
There is a very large uh, flora and fauna content down here in the tunnels that the upper world is largely unaware of.
Ah,
Mushrooms and fungus and certain root crops, as well as a number of monstrous creatures that we hunt for meat.
I was just about to ask about the protein. And he kind of looks over at Hercules with a raised eyebrow, like,
Hercules is just kind of like looking around boredly. Yeah. Oh yeah, protein, right? I, yeah. Right. Some people have to keep an eye on that.
huh.
Yep.
Uh, I don't suppose you have any creatures down here that you need rid of, do you?
Nothing that we
Preferably
would,
ones that
nothing
can
that
put
we
up a
would insult a god of your stature to try and handle for us. If you're in, looking again at you, Alicia, if you are incapable of such ability to tend to the growth of plants,
Like, I can handle the growth of plants, yes.
then that is what I would ask on behalf of my people. For it seems that it is time for me to receive my own personal rewards. Good day.
Funny you speak of that. And just as he brandishes his scimitar, just a bottle of wine will appear as I cast Create Food and Water using a charge.
Oh, yeah.
Which say, here, for your hospitality.
She'll take it and go, well, my thanks. And yeah, she'll like snap your fingers and like all the cups fill with water in the room and the bottles of water filled with water in the room. And yeah, she'll say, hey, well, thank you. It's thank you. And she'll look at you, Thalia, and sort of offers an arm.
I will happily take it. And I believe it's gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna spend time with the Panthy the whole time. Really.
Sure. You and the Panthy go. She goes, should we go to the room where? Should we go to the bedroom, or should we go to a room where we used to keep certain implements, certain tools?
Implements. I like the sound of that. Lead the way.
And she takes you into. She's like, of course we do not use these for evil purposes anymore. Now that we worship the goddess of grace, therefore more pleasurable pursuits. She like opens a door, and there's like a fucking cross with like chains and whips and all kinds of crazy shit.
Incredible.
And that's we go to that.
Of course you
Ouroboros feels a tingle.
Yeah, our morals are you're like, oh, that's
Odd kind of pain.
You're receiving worship, Ouroboros.
That's
yeah, technically you are. Or you just feel kind of
Dirty.
weird and dirty and a little excited for the rest of the day.
Ashamed.
maybe you have a hard time looking at people for the next little. You're like blushing, folding your leg a little, maybe. I don't know.
Gotta get out of
Hercules
here.
like, Hercules is like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know, man.
Oh, you're new to your domain. Still having like problems with like controlling that. Just kind of sneaks up on you sometimes.
Ah! Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go. He stands up and basically takes his like great club and just starts like walking through the streets, kind of like you know when you got like a stick and there's a gate, and you kind of like down the gate. He kind of like
Yeah.
takes his giant club and it's kind of lazily just like bouncing it off of walls, creating these big like collisions in the walls as he walks by boredly. It's just like
Jesus
he's just
Christ.
like super bored, and it's just like bum bum bum, and he just kind of goes stomping down the street.
Oh,
And yeah,
man.
and you guys can kill some time for the rest of the day, and some of you in very confusing pursuits, some of you in very not confusing pursuits. And we'll pick it up when the eve comes. That was a poor choice of words. Yeah, let's go to a break.
Ah. Good one.
Thank you.
Who's Eve?
All right. Great. So yeah, you guys wait around, have some fun, or just wait. But either way, you guys, nighttime apparently comes. You're informed by somebody amongst the drow that night has fallen, as they keep track of it. What do you
I think I would try to find where Hercules got off to.
Sure. Yeah, he just kind of went. He's not hard to find. Not a hard find. Not a hard man to find at all. Um, he's just kind of like I don't know. You catch up with him. He like looks down the street. Goes, hey, about time.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I'm so fucking bored. I thought I was bored on Olympus, but this is. Oh my god. All right, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So, why are we hiding from the gods?
Well, since you're already here, we don't want any of the other gods to make themselves in direct opposition of what we're trying to do.
Mm.
Because at first glance, when you don't think about it, what we're gonna do seems like what, you know. But at the end of the day, believe me when I tell you, we are trying to accomplish something great that will only benefit the gods and mortals.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I promise you it's gonna get interesting.
That I got no fucking doubt.
Damn straight. Do you wanna
Trying to
like
figure
wrestle or
out who I
something?
should. No, I don't want to wrestle in the middle of the fucking street with the mortals. Are you kidding me? Jesus.
Yeah. Be a lot of casualties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, no, God, I don't want casualties. Right. Well, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go. Do whatever the fuck it is we're doing. How did I get into this? The fuck. It's kind of. You guys get there at this point. He just kind of like opens the like just kind of like the giant fucking palace doors. He just kind of one of the doors like kind of falls off a single hinge and just kind of tilts a little and just kind of walks through. Yeah, and you guys all sort of come together in the throne room.
I pick the door up and then like just place it against the wall.
Okay, cool.
So guys, you ready yet?
Yeah, we ready yet? I'm bored. Nothing to do. It's dark.
Come on, who the hell are we waiting on?
Well, like we Ryan, they asked me
Yeah.
about improving the plant life down here, correct?
Yep. Did you have
For
that prepared
harvest.
today?
Yeah, I have that. Hang on, let me little check. Yeah, it's okay.
You
Hang
have
on.
it prepared already.
Yeah, I
The
do.
question.
I can. Here's the thing. Like, it would take like to enrich the land. It would take 8 hours.
Yeah, you got 8 hours. You guys woke up and certainly know more than.
Okay, well, I'm casting it.
Yeah, okay. So while everybody was hanging out today, you, Alicia, went about your business and called upon your enriching powers of growth and so on and so forth. Yeah, and the city will now benefit from enriched flora, such as your power as a dark druid.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Very good. Very cool. Yeah, Napenthe will say, thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessings. It's good to know our people will have a steady harvest for some time. We do not have all the blessings of other gods down here in our dark realm. And you all have been welcome here. And let us know when you have a domain amongst the gods and yeah. Well, it was always a pleasure, Thalia. You are especially welcome whenever you please. This is your city of worship, after all. Oh, somebody turn off the silence spells. Silence spells in the throne room. Thank you.
I will make a point of returning soon. I look forward to seeing the completion of my temple.
And she will, and she'll give you a hug, and she'll whisper in your ear, and she'll say, "And good luck with whatever it is you're lying about. I hope I get to hear the whole story one day."
Of course, I hope to indulge you.
And she'll go. You two will share googly eyes, and yeah, Hercules like. You guys are
It's
just kind of
a
having a moment.
constant thing, man. It's a constant thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, I traveled with
I've kinda
Orpheus
just
for a
started.
while. I get it. God, that guy was a dick.
Really?
Oh yeah, fucking Argonauts was. You thought it was gonna be like a whole Avengers thing, and then it was just like
Oh,
so
yeah,
much ego,
yeah.
man. So much ego. Like me being the biggest ego, of course, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I mean, you know.
Man, he just wouldn't shut up about his fucking lyre, man. Fucking every day, fucking look at me, fucking playing
Who the
away,
fuck
fucking
wants to
nerds.
hear about your musical
Oh
instrument
fuck,
that
all
much?
the time with the fucking instruments. Fuck. Dude.
Ah,
Oh, sorry, to many of you.
shit.
Yeah, sorry. Literally Tweedledee off in the
Oh, yeah, he'll say that to the
Oh.
what's her name?
the queen of
Nepenthe. That's what I thought.
Mhm.
Oh, and Nepenthe. Um, judging off some recent feelings as of late while I've been down here and certain people have been gone, I've come to realize that your people, they have a good respect to pain. Uh
I gotta say, just as a quick pause, Thalia presumably is translating all of this, right? Because nobody speaks Undercommon. Well, Silence does.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so when you say that, I imagine like
Mm,
Thalia and Nepenthe like
mm.
giggle.
Why are you giggling? Anyway, I don't want to know. You and your people, if there is ever a time when you are utilizing pain or dishing it out to your enemies or anyone, uh, feel free to send some prayers my way.
um, she'll have you translate Thalia and say something along the lines of, "We used to be a people who prepared to bring a lot of pain onto the world. And while pain still exists here in measures of hunting and training, we've learned through certain graces to use pain in other ways. I'm sure many people will pray on the altar of it. You're always welcome, Ouroboros. Perhaps we'll even erect a rather public place to implement such skills in your honor."
He kind of looks at he's looking at Thalia, and like his face is getting more and more like, and then he'll like smack his teeth and look at Napenthe.
She's like got a, like a cocky, shit-eating grin on her face.
You you do that.
You'd be wise to embrace all aspects of your domain, Ouroboros.
He'll kind of whisper something to Thalia, and I imagine there'll be like another little like giggle there. You don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So it's like that, like, what? But what she'll say to you, Thalia, is, "You think you'd be opposed if we combined, race and pain, and just put them in the one big temple, and all the drow come for delights of both domains?"
Hmm.
Maybe next door.
Yeah, maybe next door. I like the idea of having my own temple. This will be my first, you see.
Of course, we do not wish to dishonor your domain, but perhaps they are across the street because they are just so hand in hand.
They do go very well together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. She'll kind of do one of those to Thalia.
Hey, just Thalia, just between you and me, what was that? Hot wax or something? It burned a lot.
I'll tell you all about it later.
Oh God. Uh,
Napenthe will get that one, and she'll say in her very broken comment, she'll say, "Oh God, oh God."
oh man.
Oh,
Shit. All right, time to go. Yeah, time to do heroic things.
mhm. Yes.
Hercules is like, "You're all so fucking gross. Can we just like, can we can we go fucking punch something now?"
Yeah. Let's punch stuff.
Yeah.
As I'm walking,
Well,
with
hold
with her.
hold,
Oh, go
hold
ahead, go
up
ahead.
for a second. I had the opportunity during the day to think of how best to get us to where it is that we need to go. Thalia, would you be kind enough to read my thoughts?
Oh, I'd be happy to. And yeah, she'll cast detect thoughts and
And I will leverage the scry and the world key. I am not looking for Prometheus.
Okay.
I am looking for the eagle that tears his liver every morning. That's a saving throw that is much more likely to fail.
I like
On
that.
there.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Wisdom
Very clever.
18.
That will be certainly no success for this creature.
So
Your vision.
this is where it is.
Yeah.
This is where you should teleport us.
Thalia and Gyasi, you guys peer through frozen clouds to the top of a snow-capped mountain, where you hear this like sort of meek like sound, and then like as you're kind of like coming over this massive rock on the highest mountain in the range, you see sort of perking its head up high, this bird with like blue feathers across its face with a long beak, and like some kind of brown organ hanging out of its mouth. And its wings are like dappled in flame, and sort of like looks around and then kind of like dips its head back down beneath the rock, and you hear the sort of groan pains continue. And you know right where to go.
Cool. Well, hopefully the spell works, and I will teleport us to this place that I have viewed once.
All right, let's see how she goes.
Roll high, please.
I'll do my very best. I'll use all my dice rolling skills.
Is that like a class in college? Oh, also,
Oh, fuck.
I was gonna say when walking away with Hercules, I'll kind of whisper real close to him. Like, you hear the part where they said erect?
Oh, don't say erect so close to my ear. Like, he pushes you, like shoves you away. It's like it's so gross. The
He's
fuck?
like belly laughing.
That's so fucking weird. And that's gonna be a mishap. Ouch! You guys take 20 points of force damage, everybody.
20 points.
20 points of force damage. Or try again, because you accidentally go down rather than up and go under the ground. Hey, that's better. Ha, nice. I rolled a 69.
Nice.
Let's see here.
So close, but
So close yet so far. Let's see here. Ooh, off target.
this is the complicated one.
Yeah, this one's a pain in my ass. Oh, okay. By the fact that you guys are technically going like up. Okay, so you move that far, and you're going really far across the world, and it's further than that. Actually, I'll say in this moment, you appear, and you find yourself standing as everyone sort of people turn around in this great marbled city and sort of drop to their knees and go, "Oh, reverence to you, prayers be offered." You're standing in Athens by accident.
Oh shit.
That's a bad place to be.
Well, I guess we'll try. Oh, can I? Are you able to scry again? Because then maybe that'll be considered seen casually, and our odds would be a lot greater. But I don't know if you're able to do that again.
I gotta read the feature. Hold on a second.
I gotta read the spell, see if that's.
It's someplace you've seen more than once, but with which you aren't very familiar. So.
I could use it again at dawn,
Oh.
but
gotcha.
that's my limitation.
I'm gonna.
Oh, being great gods, what is your bidding? You come unto us, Olympus.
I'm gonna cast teleport again.
Know ye that we are always watching.
Hercules is literally like pulling one of these, and then you guys teleport. Okay, let's see how that goes. You guys mishap.
Oh man.
You know, you should have emboldening bonded us so you could
Oh yeah,
give
I should have.
19 points of force damage.
Oh boy. This is not working out very well, guys.
I love this spell. I really like this spell. I just think it's fun.
I hate it more than anything in the world.
I think it's funny. And that's another mishap.
Oh my god.
Let's see. That one's not as bad. It's gonna be 13 points of damage. Boing, 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 boing. Whoop. Hey, that's a lot better. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's just... Okay. You guys appear on the outskirts of Themyscira. You're getting closer.
God damn it. Okay. So now I would like to distance cast project image so I can see this place again with a 1,000-mile radius.
I have an additional thought, Thalia.
Okay.
Can you, if you're teleporting to a location and you have a object at that location, like a personal object there, does it improve your odds?
Yeah, if I have an associated object, then it's like guaranteed to work.
Okay. So if a chest were to show up at that spot with a personal object into it, that would make it a viable target.
You
I
would,
would,
to be
yeah.
the chest itself, no, just because it is being in that location doesn't mean it's associated. But yeah, if you were to send the chest there and someone were to put, say, like a rock from the mountain inside and then bring it back, and yes.
Okay. How the hell do I orchestrate that? I know how to
A
do it.
bag of tricks.
No, that's not going to work. Yes, yes, it will. Okay, this is going to be complicated.
Oh fuck! Please just
Or
cast
is it
teleport.
not?
Okay, let's
Uh,
do this.
I'm going to put Hanema into the
Hannah
chest.
Montana?
I've still been here all these years, all these levels. Things are in the chest.
When you get there, get out of the chest, grab a stick out of the nest, and hold it in your mouth.
And run.
Then I'm going to send the chest to the eagle.
Okay.
I'm going to wait. Hanema gets out of the chest, grabs the stick, wait another couple of minutes, then unsummon my familiar, resummon my familiar. Hopefully, she has the stick in her
Oh
mouth.
my god. So stupid. So, okay, let me be clear. You put the cat in the chest
Yes.
with a stick, or is she picking
No.
up a stick?
She is the stick is to the chest is to speedy courier to the eagle where she gets out.
Got it.
She
So
gra-
you're
she
putting the cat in the chest. Chest goes to the eagle. Cat gets out of the chest, scavenges for a stick, and then you're gonna put her in the pocket dimension and bring her out of pocket dimension.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. Can your familiar bring objects into your pocket dimension?
That's a good question. Let me go look at Find Familiar.
I don't see why not.
The kid's like, why don't we just like, take a shit like anyone else? I don't know.
What did you say?
Why doesn't? I don't know why we don't just get on a ship. I don't know, just travel by ship. Like I don't know.
Oh, because we want the cover of tonight specifically.
Oh,
Find
alright.
Familiar.
All right, sure. I don't know how this teleport thing works. Doesn't seem like it's working too well.
It never does, man. It never does.
Yeah, no, we always back when I was immortal, we would use ships. I don't know. Yeah.
This is new age stuff, man. You've been out of the
I guess
mortal world for a while.
I guess so. I'm not up to date with all the new fancy tricks and everything.
Yeah.
I talked to Odysseus at one point, and he said that the bullshit with the sorcerers was too much, and I get what he means now.
What did you say?
I just mean the magic's a lot. Magic's a lot. It's a lot. I don't get it.
Like,
Yeah, it's a
hey,
lot. No,
Hercules,
but
you
we
want to go
would
like
totally
you want to go box or something? Let's go
Not
boxing.
really. I kind of want to just get there. If there's a big bird to punch, I want to do it. I want to do it now.
Shockingly, Brian, it is not specific. As an action, you
Yeah.
can temporarily dismiss the familiar to a pocket dimension. And it talks about you can dismiss it forever. As an action, while it is temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, so I would say that you can store the familiar, and it's not like a storage space. It's a place where your familiar goes.
bummer. Well, I'll try to see it casually then with the project image and
Okay. So what did you say? Oh, you were distance casting for 1,000 miles.
yeah.
If you're there, that's within 1,000 miles. I'm pretty sure. I can't. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, easily within 1,000 miles. Well, not easily, but yeah. So you send your project image flying across the goddamn countryside up to the tippy top of the mountain. Can you like roll me a survival check to see if you can? Oh, you place it where you in a location you've seen before, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then you're good. No check required. Yeah. You appear there where you see a old-looking man, the size of a titan, chained to this massive rock with a huge flaming bird perched on his shoulder, like ripping his like intestines and shit out of his stomach, and he's like howling in pain. And the bird sort of at you. You see there's a chest sitting next to like Prometheus' foot.
Well, I'm gonna turn on my emboldening bond. I feel like we're gonna need it for some reason.
Who are you?
What?
Okay, so you just turn it off, just like
Well, now that we're here,
okay, now that you're here. He's like looking over at your apparition, like through the pain.
Can I feel his pain?
Make me a insight or investigation check.
I'll take an insight. Yo, tonight is fucking garbage. That's a nat 1.
I'll
for a
give you
total of
advantage.
8.
I'll give you advantage. It's your domain.
Okay, cool. I resent my remark. 25.
Hell yeah. You focus, and suddenly you feel, yeah, this striking, horrible, piercing pain in your gut where it feels like someone has taken like a helmet, or like some kind of like spiked pointed helmet, and it's just like poking around in your body with it, like just a giant rounded what feels like a massive beak, obviously, just going around and gripping and pulling things out. And you look down, and it's not actually happening, but
Yeah.
through your barbarian whatnots, you're pretty used to pain. It's not like you've dropped to the ground or anything, but
Yeah.
it's a horrific pain, a very invasive, horrific pain.
Is it possible that I could give someone like bestow those feelings of pain on someone and they could use that sensation to find someone that is feeling that exact same way? I'm kind of spitballing.
So where your domain, like you can certainly try to give someone else pain and let them feel empathy for the pain that someone else is experiencing, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But their ability to use that pain is their own.
Okay.
can I have my Valerie simulacrum cast dominate beast on the eagle?
Well, it's not here right now, for one. For
Oh,
two, I never heard that you were bringing it with you.
Oh, I just assumed oh man,
Yeah, you gotta say when you're doing stuff. So no, I'm gonna say that it's not here. Um, and then the other point to that is you can try anything you want to try. So maybe,
well,
but it's just not here.
mine because my simulacrum's not here. Why wouldn't it be
Yeah.
with me though?
I don't know. You didn't say you were bringing it with you though.
Okay, that's lame.
Okay, guys. So what are we doing?
That's my plan.
I'm just here for the ride.
Yep, this is you at this point, Thalia. Do you have another teleporting you?
What?
You want to do
Sorry.
anything with? So you have a projected image on the mountain. Is your projected image going to do it? No.
No, I guess not.
Okay. So are we teleporting again?
No. No, we're where we need to be. We're trying to free Prometheus, right?
You projected your image on top of the mountain, right?
I thought we already teleported.
You teleported to Athens, and then it mishapped. You teleported to like the edge of Themyscira, and then you project image so you could get a second look at the mountain, so you could teleport better the second.
So we're not there right now. I thought we
You're
were
not
there.
there right now. No, you're not.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I guess we'll teleport again. Sorry, I
Okay.
thought we got.
Let's have 14 damage. Okay, you managed to get there. After one last mishap, you guys emerge where you are meant to emerge. Oh, oh, this sucks. Hang on, sorry guys. What I was going to do is awful. Ah, there we are.
I'm gonna spend some sorcery points to get a spell slot back.
Sure. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let me just a moment here.
And then I'll cast Holy Aura on the party and Hercules.
Sure. Holy fucking shit. A little bigger than I know. Oh my god.
We're here. The homeland.
Yeah, now you feel the breath of the cold air and are feeling pretty good now, finally. I need to go get Hercules.
Home of the Caucasus.
And last but not least, I need a big old bird. Don't worry about that guy. He probably won't be important.
Ah, God, ducky ducky.
Ah, yeah. Doogie, doogie.
I think we've established caw, ducky ducky doesn't work.
Okay, high upon the tallest mountain, cold as it up here. Um, you see a very old Titan. He's been here a long time, and his great Titanous form, though still great, certainly is more diminished than other Titans you have seen. Um, from years and years and years of his divine essence being fed off by some other creature. Slowly, the parasitic nature of the carnivorous bird seems to have reduced him in somewhat. You can see that Prometheus's belly is open, and intestine, like literally like an intestine or two, like hanging out from the wound in his stomach, and he is chained to the side of the mountain that perhaps wraps all the way around, massive binding chains that are covered in runes and built of a dark, very dark, powerful metal. Um, Maybe I've seen before, I'm not sure. But glints untarnished by the many millennia that Prometheus has been stuck here. And he looks tired. He's like heaving from the trauma of his body being ripped open again. Uh, and he looks over and says, uh, who, who are you?
The Demithots, and we have come to free you. Bless Hercules.
What? Why?
Your father has sent us. In fact, Iphitus would seek your freedom, and we hope for a boon in return. And she'll kind of side eye Hercules a little bit, like,
He's definitely looking at you and goes, so you are working for the Titans.
Ah, 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 ah.
I
Just
don't want
wait.
to listen to you anymore.
Just hang on.
No,
Mm,
I'm going to hear about this. I'm going to hear about this now. You brought me here to do something. So let's talk about what it is you want me to do. You're working with Titans. Let's hear it.
You want
Okay.
the truth?
um,
That's all I've been asking for this whole time, Ouroboros.
well, Hercules, we are not working for the Titans. In fact, this plan that we've enacted will help us locate Kronos and ultimately defeat him. And we frankly plan to um, take his power and usurp him entirely. And Prometheus here holds the answers.
The answer to where to find Kronos. He knows where. You know where Kronos is? Prometheus says, no, I don't know where. I've been here. They've come on occasion, asking me to make these half creatures change their shape. I haven't done it in a long time. Earlier these months.
If the empire gets
You misunderstand me, Hercules. Um, Iphitus is the one who knows where Kronos is. And he's asked us to free his son in return for that information in exchange.
Make a persuasion check.
31.
It's a failure. He looks at you. Okay. So what do you need from him? You
Well,
said that you want a boon in return from Prometheus.
that's part 2 of our plan, and it's still in the works, admittedly. And very much a need-to-know basis.
Well, sure, I'll hear about it in a second.
Well, that's the question. How much do you want to know?
I want to know everything. You got me all involved in this. Prometheus goes, Hercules, I've heard of your legend. I, perhaps it is not wise. And he goes, you be quiet. I'll free you up in a second. I wasn't going to come here and leave you chained to the mountain. You don't have to worry about that. I still would like to know what's going on.
What we know are the following things. One, in his heart of hearts, Zeus realizes this was unjust. However, he made the proclamation publicly. He can't change it. Two, we know that the previous solution for Kronos and his power over time, if it is repeated, will fail again. We are embarking on a different solution. But it's one of those solutions that we have to put it in place instead of asking for permission to do it. We need to take bold action. And that bold action is we are going to usurp that power and then divide it. Much like the fates have divided destiny. And
that's what this is all about? You were just...
Yes.
Make a persuasion check, Gyasi.
You have emboldening bond.
And I will absolutely use that. What are we at with that? Die 8?
Yep.
Nice.
That'll be a 24.
24. He goes, looks around all you, goes, so all this sneaking around and lying shit is because you want to be the new time gods. And you're trying to take that away from Kronos because he's a fucking asshole.
Yes.
Well,
Why didn't
Pretty
they just
much.
fucking say that? What was all this running around in circles for? Like, holy fuck. Good for you, sure, whatever. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's not here right. He's not around yet, but whatever. This is.
I think I saw
fucking
Dionysus with a wig the other day.
Yeah, he's up to something.
He's getting born sometime next week.
Yeah, he's on the way. It was like, I'll never understand all that fucking sneaking around bullshit. Yeah, I'll fucking. And he's like already like clambering up the side of the mountain to get to the chains.
Hey, motherfucker, wait on me.
He goes, you're a really bad liar. I hope you know that.
I was barely lying.
You were really fucking thick. I know you were barely lying. It sounded like you were gonna end the world, or you're trying to hide it in the world or something. It was fucking ridiculous.
It scared you, didn't it?
Not really.
Gyasi will look at Prometheus and say, "May I see what I can do about that?" Pointing to his open guts.
Oh. Yeah, well, please. I think.
And it's not a lot, but it is a divine lay on hands for 30 points.
Okay, yeah, you flutter up to him and you put your hand on his stomach, and the wound sort of seams together, and all of the intestines sort of pull back into the stomach womb and reseal. There's still a decent gash there, but his insides are once more back on his insides, and not his outsides. And he just think. Okay. Ouroboros, you and Hercules like get up one of the chains, and Hercules looks at it and says, "Are these supposed to be unbreakable?"
We'll put that shit to the test today, won't we? Let me get into uh
You're
fuck it.
you're breaking shit mode.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta. That's right. You gotta get your pump on, huh?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yay! The grill mushroom.
What's that, Thalia?
Well, I kind of wanna like help Ouroboros kind of show up Hercules a little bit, and so before he like, I don't know, before he climbs the mountain, I'll give him a pat on the back and skill and power athletics for him subtly.
For who?
Ouroboros.
Okay. That gives you expertise, right? The spell sort of fizzles out. Um, you spend the spell slot, but Ouroboros has already reached the peak athleticism.
I'm so sorry. That was so
It's
cool of you to do.
I tried.
Damn. I'm sorry. I'm such a built motherfucker. Sorry.
um, so yeah, Hercules goes, "All right, let's do this." He like very easily grabs one of these like what must be like 10+ ton like chains per link, perhaps, and just kind of like one hand palms the side of it and kind of like over his shoulder. Says, "Want to hold that in? A
Yeah.
little tug of war."
Yeah. And then I go to the other end and I just put like 2 fingers through it.
Yeah.
And then just
Oh no, those are full handers. These are meant to hold Titans. So he's like using his full body to like wrap it in your body.
Oh,
You
okay.
like grab it. Yeah, you can grab it with one of your
Yeah, okay. I
hands
just
like
want to
that.
make it known
Yeah,
that I'm
that
bigger
you're
than
fucking
him.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
are bigger than him. You take it like this, and he like wraps it around like his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And as you two sort of begin to pull, you hear this sound. But before you can really like put your back into it, these like red, these like fiery orange sparks fire across the links, creating these like words, these diabolical words from the netherworld across it. And you're going to hear from a bird up above, and certain these red basically poles in space open, and emerging from them these Tartarus demons
Ooh.
emerge to defend those that they are meant to jail. I think we gotta end early tonight, folks, because
30 whole minutes early.
I don't. We can pull out the if we want to do that. We're not going to complete the combat in 30 minutes. Let me tell you that. But we can play out as much of it as we can. If you guys
It's
are into that.
I'm okay stopping for the night.
What?
It's getting kind of late and everything.
It's your guys' decision. We wouldn't complete the combat tonight, but we could get like half of it done for sure. Just want to know, what do you guys want?
I can't.
We know what Derek wants to do. What does everybody else want?
Keep playing.
I'm flexible either way.
Either way. What about Silas? What about Ouroboros?
You think I rage just so I can't fight
I
in the same
mean,
session?
we are paying money to be here, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
No point in running.
All right, let's do it. Let's roll some initiative.
I apologize, but this is the only thing my character is good at.
Do apologize for. Get to fight with Hercules.
Hell yeah.
He would have got my holy aura and emboldening bond as well.
Okay. And as a question, it is pretty dark out here, and for whatever reason, the moon isn't out. It's not providing any lights. For some weird reason.
Ah.
So what would anyone have created any sort of source of light? Yep, Sanos?
I would have actually to Ouroboros, went up to him and just kind of like reached my hand up to like daps him up, kind of transfer some shadow to him, and use a key point to give him cast dark vision on him.
Okay.
What a guy.
So you won't be at disadvantage for any attacks.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, so creatures in my spell shed a dim light in a 5-foot radius.
Oh, okay. So everyone's got a little glow going on.
Yeah, and it's just a 5-foot radius, though. I mean, it's not. Yeah, but everyone's a little glowy. So sorry if you didn't want to be glowy.
The fuck?
I am.
No, I'm just
I'm
playing.
so sorry for buffing.
I'm so sorry for
sure.
adding 2d8 to your fucking damage rolls.
But you do have advantage on all saving throws. Other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. Oh, and
also-
this is cool. So are these fiends?
Maybe.
One could reasonably
Probably.
assume.
But it's yeah. That. Beat me to it.
So when a fiend hits an affected creature with a melee attack, it flashes with brilliant light, and they have to make a con saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends. So that's new.
That's
nice.
cool. That's new. Nothing wrong with that.
What procs that?
Them
They
hitting
attack.
you.
When Holy Aura is up? Or
Yep.
damn, cuz. Ah man. You know, I think I might be a life cleric next campaign.
Yeah, the buffs they seem to be pretty cool.
Yeah. I respect Shadowheart to be a life cleric. Never look back on the decision.
I like turning her into a light cleric when she changes, and then you go into like the shrine
Strongest,
place.
bro.
And,
She's the strongest damager.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Turn her into a light cleric, and then when she goes to face the dark acolytes, because they all hit you with the shadows, right, and fuck you up with the shadows. But her channel divinity cancels shadows, so it's like the encounter's built
Oh
for like a
shit.
light cleric.
But that's also it's counter to what she believes in though.
But
You know
that's
what I mean?
but you do that when she changes into a Selenite, if you can convince her to change into a Selenite.
Okay, I haven't got that far, but
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. It's been years.
yeah. Damn. That's sick as fuck. Oh, we should probably roll initiative, huh?
Yeah, maybe some initiative. Come on, Herc.
My rolls are lackluster tonight.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, who rolled above a 25? Or, yeah, sure. Who rolled above a 25?
28.
Gyasi. Oh, what'd you get there, Thalia?
21.
21, 28. Anyone else roll above a 20? Nope. Anybody above a 15?
20. Sorry, I thought you meant above 25. 22.
22. Okay, so just before Thalia.
Sorry about that.
Anyone above? No problem. Anyone above 15?
I rolled a 16.
What's your dex?
+5.
Okay, you'll beat him. But you're going first. Who's going? What'd you get there, Alicia, on initiative? 8. Got it. Okay, let's turn on the battle music and let's hop to it. Ooh, shit, that's dark as fuck. If we did. Yeah, it's a moonless night. So I'm just gonna give, because it's all static at this point, so we're just gonna give everybody a little light. Give everybody a light. Everybody's got that emboldening bond, it seems. Hell yeah. Everybody's got emboldening bond in Holy Aura, right?
Yep.
Cool. What is whole, or I can just pull it up, it's fine. Just for Hercules. Ooh, I get to be Hercules! Alright, let's get into it. Starting us at the top is, of course, Gyasi, the speediest on the draw. What do you do?
I'm going to fly to Prometheus.
Okay.
And
You're already there because you healed him.
Action is protection from evil. Prometheus.
On him?
Yes.
Okay.
Then move and bonus action will be to dash. That's 80 foot. See if that'll get me into base with one of the two demons.
80 foot will get you there, my friend.
Fantastic.
Fly right up to him. Right up to the Balor.
Yep.
Durin's Bane.
I love that he has teeth on the side of his mouth. Look at this guy. I don't want to fight him.
Seems really awkward to close your mouth.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, he just stays like that the entire time.
I imagine it's a mess if he closes his mouth. It's just fucking. Okay.
Probably
Sorry,
bites
roll 21 to hit.
Oh shit.
What'd you roll to hit?
No to hit. My action was down below. It was bonus action move to get to where he is. That's
get right up
cap
to
for
him.
me.
Understood. I'm sorry. Distracted by somebody. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Silenos, what do you do? Like, school.
Okay. Sorry, just trying to think of economy. I'm not on my dough, so I'll just honor that. I will take some shots at the guy that is furthest. I'll take my first shot.
So you want to take a shot at the demon? You do see like the flaming bird up in the sky. Do you want to shoot that?
You know it.
Okay.
You know it. Yeah, so I will do that. I'll take my first attack. I'll kind of mark it as my nemesis, look for like the juicy spots on it, and then take an attack sharpshooter.
Hell yeah, go for it.
That's really bad. Actually, not that bad. 22 to hit. That's bad for silence.
22 will hit.
Cool.
It caws very sadly as you hit it. How could you?
That's gonna be 32 damage.
Yeah, it'll take it. Pow! Wow, 32 damage from the bow of the great archer.
And then, can Salanos use like how much feet towards that kind of cliff right in front of me?
You mean like here?
Yep.
20 feet.
And then to the other side of that canyon?
Oh, you mean like you want to like jump over to like here?
Or like, yeah, exactly, where your cursor is
Oh,
now.
that's really far, my friend.
How far?
But hey, you're a fucking satyr. What is your...
Salanos is gonna leap into the air, and as a bonus action, disapparate and shadow step over to the other side of the creek.
You sneaky bugger. Dim light will do the job. You guys see Sinos jump into the air, and then as he's like, and then he kind of like leans into it like he's going to a dive, and his body just kind of like almost goes in for the dive, and you just kind of like almost like lose track of him in like, I don't know, the darkness, like a shadow you didn't know was there. And then he just kind of like rolls out of the darkness across the canyon.
Cool. And right as he does, tuck and roll, 2 more shots.
2 more shots, go for it. Your first one will have advantage. Because you shadow stance.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, go ahead and roll damage. Oh. Maybe this will be done before we run out of time. Execution. No breathing.
$48 damage.
Thus, 48 damage. You shoot it again, and it screeches in anger and pain. Is there anything else? Or you get another shot. You get a third shot. Go for it. Come on, Gloomstalker. Straight roll, though.
Cool. Still sharpshooter. Ooh. 31 to hit.
Yeah, I think that'll hit. Jesus, on a sharpshooter? My God. It's almost like I made these gods that overpowered or something. It's weird. We're playing Pathfinder now.
I've always wanted to try that.
Sucks. Not to people who like Pathfinder, I don't want to spoil. Sorry. Don't
Gonna
me.
be
Don't
37 damage.
Okay, 37 damage. Please don't cancel me, I'm sorry.
Pathfinder was pretty much 3.75. So if you played that, it's close enough to be indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Well done, Sonos. Jesus, man, massive damage to this bird. He's gonna take a legendary action and is going to swoop. That's right. Swoop. It is going to move up to its speed and make an attack on you there, good Silenos. He's going to go and sort of fly down into melee with you. 110 right there, we'll say. And is going to make a talon attack against you. What was that?
At disadvantage because of Thalia.
So all attack rolls have disadvantage? Oh my god. Ridiculous.
How much temp HP did we get from that? Do you remember?
There's no temp HP.
Oh, my fault. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It is an 8th level spell, though.
I'm very much appreciative. Silenos is quite literally glowing.
This is a glow up.
This is going to be a 24 to hit.
Hits.
Hits, flies down. Flaming talons. Oh, these are 6s, actually. My bad. These are talon attacks, yeah. Okay, let's see. That is going to be 20 slashing damage, as well as 8 fire damage. and then it will complete its journey to about here. If you wanted to take an unarmed strike against it, you could on an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, you can use your horns. You can use an unarmed strike. Oh, that's true. You're a monk. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. It works well for you.
That shit caught me so off guard, dude.
That's gonna be 30, and I'm gonna do, with my wraps of blood from Hephaestus, a ravenous strike. So I'm gonna punch it in like a point and kind of pull some energy out of it.
Damn, man.
That's gonna be 34 damage.
Oh, yeah. Good God, this bird in like 1 second, 3 godly arrows strike this bird into its chest. It screeches in pain. A god of archery taking its toll upon this creature. It swoops down to try and defend itself, but even in melee, Silos is deadly and swings around and manages to like palm strike the bird, drawing from it health and power.
And I'll just say this as a feature, just so we know what's going on. So when you hit, you deal or you get the damage back in temp HP.
Hell yeah. Okay, well done. That'll bring us to your turn there, Thalia.
Cool. I'm gonna activate my Radiant Soul so I can fly. And I'll fly up and towards the creature 30 feet. I don't know. That's fine.
Towards a creature? So we'll put you like here as you move towards the one Gyasi's confronted.
Sure.
Cool. What you doing next?
My bonus action, I'm going to spend a spell slot to get sorcery points back.
Okay, fantastic.
And that's my turn.
And that's your turn. Hey, getting ready. The Rock, not to be confused with Dwayne Johnson, is going to fly over. Legendary action, just move. And is going to land here. Not big enough to get... Yeah, Ouroboros is way too far away. He's going to get to here. And at the start of its turn, the searing heat burns from the bird. Alicia and Thalia, you're both going to take 6 points of fire damage. Need a concentration check, Thalia. And then it is going to...
6? Like...
6, the number 6. Yep.
Okay, I can't feel it.
Okay, yeah, you're good. And as it brings its wings back, you're going to see this almost like this tiny little glow in its chest burn, and flame is going to emerge down its tail feathers and out from its wings. And as it beats its wings hard, all of the snow underneath it and around it is going to immediately melt its water as it is going to perform an infirmment. And I need a dex saving throw from Ouroboros, Alicia, Thalia. That's it.
No, that's too cool.
At advantage.
You need a dex save from me?
Yep. At advantage, apparently. For whatever reason.
Holy aura.
Holy aura.
Some dumb, super cool.
Do I have,
sorcerer bullshit.
also I have advantage?
Yep.
Okay. Better. 16.
16 is a failure. Thalia, what'd you get?
I get 20 and I use my emboldening bond.
Sweet. That's a success. How'd you do, Ouroboros? You're muted. Muted on Zoom.
Haha, got him. Advantage was awesome. I rolled a nat 20 for a total of 26. I get
Hell yeah.
dex saves on advantage anyway.
Very nice. That's going to be 25 points of fire damage to Alicia, and that's going to be 12 points of fire damage to Thalia and Ouroboros.
What kind of fire damage?
Fire damage, that's right.
12.
Nice.
I paused
Yes,
myself.
Olympus, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, sorry. 26 fire damage.
25 fire damage for this, yeah.
Cast absorb elements as a reaction.
Sure, you'll take half. That'll be 12 points of fire damage. And then the old bird is going to sort of fly up. There will be an opportunity attack for Alicia or Thalia if they so choose.
Does it have? It has to be a melee attack, right?
Has to be a melee attack. And with whatever you might have in your hands at the time. So I don't think you often wield melee weapons.
Not a staff, but I'm gonna
Do you
say
use the staff? Use your spell focus? Oh yeah, you do. You use the you use the tongues one. So yeah, if you wanted to do like a quarter staff, essentially like a quarter staff strike, you could. No, okay.
Nah, I'm gonna save my reaction.
The bird sort of flutters over to here where you guys are fucking with the chains. Hercules' turn. He's like looking back at you, Ouroboros, and he says, "Ouroboros, are you breaking the chains or killing the bird?"
How close is the bird?
It's not your turn, but he's
Oh.
pretty close. He's not within melee range, but he's close enough.
Hmm. He's
like
stronger
hovering
than
30
me,
feet.
but I hold the chain easier. Who
Look,
would
let's
have
not
an
make a
easier
meal
time?
out of this. You want to do it or not? 6 seconds.
I'll kill the bird.
No, silent is-
Yeah, Silence is gonna kill the bird.
Yeah.
I'll just yell across, I got it! Another 3 arrows knocked on the...
Ouroboros, or you know what Hercules says? He says, "Trick question. I'll just do both." And he's going to put down the chain for a second, and he is going to use his crazy strength, as he's already in a rage. He is going to bound up into the air like a fucking rocket, and he's going to reach up and try and grapple the bird.
Oh wow.
That's what I would have done.
It's beautiful. Big surprise, the bird fails. He reaches up and like grabs the bird by the throat, just and the bird's like, "Ah!" And then he like, the weight of him just, and he like, oh my god, he fucking like brings him back to
Fucking suplex.
Yeah, he suplexes this guy.
He rides
619.
him like one of those fucking warheads.
Oh yeah.
Just like has him all the way down. Yeah, he'll bring him down. He's got the attacks for it. So yeah, he grapples him with one attack. As he's falling down, he's going to like grab the bird by the head and basically like meteor suplex the bird into the ground beside the chains. We're gonna make this so ridiculous character. It's a ridiculous character. That's gonna be 25, which will most certainly hit. Okay, let me do some rolls here. That's gonna be.
I used the rock to destroy the chains.
Starts beating its head off. That's gonna be 17 bludgeoning damage, but we're not done. It's gonna be an additional. Where are you? So much stuff. So much stuff. Come on, Big Herc. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, here we go. Where's my fucking? Oh, there it is. That's gonna be 7 radiant damage, and it's gonna be an additional 1 acid damage because he dipped his fists in the blood of Hydra. I was the first one to do it. And then he is going to use his last attack to just grapple back onto the chains. He's like, got the bird here and the chain here. He's like, and then he's going to action surge. And yeah, he's going to start beating the head of the bird off the side of the chains.
A man after my own heart.
He's beautiful.
Full on Captain America versus helicopter.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, as the bird's trying to fly.
Hold on,
away,
I gotta
he's
switch to a bicep curl.
like, Adrian! He's gonna This is so stupid. I knew I had to make this character great. Get all these attacks out of the way. AC, that'll hit. That'll miss, surprisingly. And that will hit. So that's going to be...
It's an emboldening bond for the one that missed.
16. 16 is going to be... This would be 37 bludgeoning damage. But you're right! Emboldening bond is a d8. That will hit. Save the day. It's going to be additional... additional 24 bludgeoning damage. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. And then the radiant damage is additional 9 points of damage. And the acid damage is 5 and 8 for 13 additional damage. Oh my god. It's about that time, so I'm just gonna let it happen. He boom! Boom! Starts smashing the bird's head off the side of the railing. And does like brain the bird on the side and then like throws the dead bird aside as all the fire sizzles out. He does kill it. He does the damage. Right? And then for fuck it, he's gonna look at you, Ouroboros, and goes, "No." Roll me an athletics check.
Okay. It was at this time my computer could not handle the badassery. Advantage. Ooh. That'll be a 36 athletics check.
He rolls a 35 on his athletics check. And both of you sort of... In that moment, the chain will break, the seals will burn out, and the demons will be like... and pulled back into their portals. And you two will break the chains of Prometheus and free the creator of mankind and the bringer of magic to the mortal world. And that is where we'll end our session.
Hell yeah. I just want to say that when we do this, we full on pull the Deadpool and Wolverine scene where like Wolverine's shirt just like
both of your
explodes.
shirts just go ripping off.
Yeah, that's me and him right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He like, it's and funny, and I gotta say this is really funny. I didn't think this was gonna work out, but the myth in the labors of